Gravy again. What is going on, guys? It's Past the Gravy episode 507 with Alex, Pat, and Bobby Jokes. Back at it again. And I'm ready for another fun-filled episode, fellas. Are you guys ready? Robert, Pat, I don't know about Robert. I think Robert's mad at us because we were going to start like 45 minutes ago. We didn't.
I'm ready for it.
He's ready for it to start. I'm ready for us to start arguing. Right before we started this, all right, I said, okay, guys, let's fuck this pig. And you both just stared at me. How have neither one of you ever heard that saying before? How we gonna, like, you got a problem in front of you, you say to your buddy, how are we gonna fuck this pig? It's just a thing.
No.
Never.
It is a thing. It is definitely a thing. I know it's a thing because I've heard of it, and I'm not clever enough to come up with something as funny as let's fuck this pig.
Never heard of it. Never heard anyone else say it.
Yeah, like who are you hanging out with that's teaching you these things?
I don't know. There's people.
Did you hear it in a barn?
I might have heard it on TV. It probably
South?
comes from TV. But yeah, it's just a colloquialism of our southern roots.
I don't.
Back
think
in
it's
Georgia
really
on a hot Saturday morning in Georgia, when the car ain't working, you got to get to church. You go, oh, how are we gonna fuck this pig? They got a little Louisiana in there too.
That was, but wouldn't you just like, how are we gonna get to church? Like, it seems like that.
Well, you're
Especially
looking at the
with a church going family.
You're trying to figure come on, church going.
Oh lordy,
you got an engine.
Oh lordy, you don't want to see when I get angry.
You got an engine that's overheating. There's steam coming out of it. You're on your way to church. How are we gonna fuck this pig? You're probably gonna piss into it. Cool it down. You don't have any water in the car. You're on your way to church.
I don't think that works.
Oh, it totally works. Not only does it work, it plays. Next time you're in front of people and you've got a problem, just dead serious, look at the problem and go, how are we going to fuck this pig?
No, because I feel like they're going to immediately like, this guy's a weirdo.
Well, Alex, anybody hanging out with you knows you're a fucking weirdo. Like, okay, next time power goes out at the studio or something's wrong and you guys just go off air all of a sudden, you go, how are we going to fuck this pig, guys? Rod will appreciate it.
Maybe. I'll run it by the gang maybe once, but I feel like they're gonna be like, what are you into, dude? What's going on with you? Like, I don't think it's gonna look well. Like, it's gonna look great for me.
I think you're vastly underestimating how much people love folksy sayings.
Speaking of weird sayings or just sayings in general, I kind of stumbled upon one this week that I've heard. It's like a fairly common one. It's no hard feelings. People always say no hard feelings, and they're like, dude, it's cool, man. And you just assume like everything's good. But I always feel like you can just, that's like when they're in the South, we're always like, oh, bless your heart. And that's just the Southern way of saying fuck you. I feel like no hard feelings is basically just the way to say fuck you without being like, oh, it's all good, bro. It's just the polite way to say fuck you. It's not all good because you can be like, no hard feelings. And it's like, what does that even mean? Hard, like, it'd be bad feelings. It would be ill will. It wouldn't be like hard feelings.
First of all, bless your heart is more of, oh, you're an idiot. It's not fuck you. It's like, oh, bless your heart. You don't know any better.
No, well, it's usually when somebody's like, arguing, well, bless your heart, where they disagree with you. It's like, obviously, fuck you.
That's not, you don't understand when to use things.
You understand when to use things. But I think we can turn this in. I think we can turn no hard feelings into kind of like, remember in Talladega Nights when he's like, I said with all due respect. And they were like, you can't just say whatever you want after it. He's like, well, I said with all due respect. Just be like, oh, no hard feelings, bro. I just want to say, like, you look like a fucking piece of shit. No hard feelings, though. No hard feelings. And they'll be like, what? That doesn't mean what you think it means.
Maybe Robert will have to settle this one. Maybe I'm in the minority here, but when somebody tells me no hard feelings, I fucking assume it just means no hard feelings. It's like,
right, but I'm saying
we're good.
I'm saying we can use it to mean other things.
Fuck you.
No, it's not. It's not. But what it is, it can start to be taken as, or we can start using it as fuck you. You get away with it.
People read into shit way too much as is. You don't need to start making more things mean things that they don't mean, except for when you mean them that way. You know what I mean?
They won't read into it, but we can start saying like, or you're like pissed off and you're like, dude, Alex, sorry, I borrowed your car and I totaled it. I'd be like, No hard feelings, dude. And it's really like me being like, fuck you, Pat. But like, I'm just not going to tell you that right now.
Just tell me
it
fuck
doesn't
you.
play. Yeah, I don't think it plays. I think if I heard you say no hard feelings after I told you your car, I'd be like, what's wrong with this guy? Like, why doesn't he care about his car? I would take it as like, oh, no worries.
Why is this the only part of my life where I'm ever the voice of reason? Everywhere else in my life, people have to be like, no, Pat, bring it back. Bring it back. You're going only with Alex.
No, like there's so many other things you can say instead of no hard feelings. I feel like you have to go out of your way to choose. No hard feelings, man. It's like, hey, man, it's all good. Whatever, dude. It's cool. Like no hard feelings is like the 6th or 7th thing in the line of like what I would say to be like, no, you're forgiven, dude. It's all good. It's like, nah, dude, no hard feelings is just me being like, fuck you.
That's
what I'm gonna start using it as. But I'm gonna start using it as that.
And everybody else in the world, you'll be like, why doesn't this guy understand that I hate him? I tell him fuck you all the time.
No,
this guy's
because
like,
then
oh, Alex likes me. He's like, no hard feelings.
No, it's a non-confrontational way to say fuck you to somebody because you're gonna be like, oh, well, we're good. And I'll be like, no, fuck you.
That's the problem right there. We need more confrontation.
No, I don't want the confrontation. I want to get out that I can basically be saying, no, dude, fuck you, but no hard feelings. And it's like in public, that's like, Alex is a nice guy. Look at him, just forgiving that guy. And then I'm like, no, fuck that guy. But they're like, oh, he said no hard feelings. I thought they were cool. It's like, well, we're not cool. I just said that because it's what I'm supposed to say.
I want to be clear when I say this, that I say we need more confrontation. It ain't coming from me though. Like I fucking hate confrontation, especially at work. At work, I do everything to avoid it. Personal life, I just try not to get into it. But when it's time to tell someone fuck you, you need to tell them fuck you to their face. I had to tell my friend fuck you to his, well, not to his face. It was in the group chat. But I called him a fucking idiot 4 times today. I'm a good friend. I'm a good friend. When it's time to tell someone fuck you, you got to tell them fuck you.
But when you get in an argument, I'm going to start being like, no hard feelings. So like, is Alex saying fuck you to me or is he not? I'm going to start using it to where you don't know.
You are not a Southern lady from the 80s. You can't just fucking say nice things to people's face and expect them to know that it means you hate them.
No, it's not. That wasn't meant for them to know that you hate them. It was meant to be like, I can say fuck you to this person, but just, well, bless your heart. And like, they're not going to take it like, oh, fuck this lady. This lady's being mean. It's like, yeah, whatever, dude, you're good. But me also being like, fuck you, but only I know I'm saying fuck you.
Why would you want that? They're going to come and talk to you again. And you're going to be like, oh, this fucking idiot. And you're going to keep being nice to them. And they're going to keep fucking talking to you. Or you can just tell them to fuck themselves. And then they stop talking to you. And you don't got to do this song and dance every day at work.
No, I'm not going to do that. It's just no hard feelings. Just as I get to say it all without saying it all. And then it's out there. They think we're cool. And I'm just like, you know what? I said fuck you to them and they didn't even know. Good. It's like the PC way to say fuck you. Just be like, no hard feelings, man.
I don't want the PC way to do anything.
Like any argument you get in on Twitter, if you're like, just like when you're getting, like, I want to just start arguments with people on Twitter this week and just be like, hey, you know what? No hard feelings. And it's me saying fuck you to them, but it's like, Alex, look at Alex being the bigger man. Like you get the credit for being the bigger guy. And then also you still get to sort of say fuck you.
Specifically Twitter, but all online interaction is not meant for civil discourse. You are supposed to be bastards to each other online.
But it looks better when people judge you for shit you say online sometimes. So it's like, oh, Alex, turn the other cheek. No hard feelings. Big of him.
You know what?
In my head, I'm like, fuck that guy. I think it works. It's a way. It's an out. That's what I'm saying.
Whatever you say, bud. No hard feelings.
Yeah, no hard feelings, dude. No hard feelings.
Or I could have just said, you know what? Let's move on. Alex, go fuck yourself. See, that felt better.
But it kind of ruins the flow. Be like, hey, no hard feelings, bro. It's like it's like, hey, you know what? Fuck you, bro. But it's cool. Hey, moving on.
Apparently, it didn't ruin the flow because you kept going.
You're right, because you wanted it to, and I wouldn't let you. Yet I persisted.
We are both sitcom guys where we want the last word, because then that means that we won. All right, next topic.
I had a fucking interesting observation I made on the way home from work the other day. I feel like we just let tow truck drivers park anywhere. And it's just like, oh, that guy can just pop up on this curb and just be he's like in a park, just like popped up, just hanging out. And you're like, well, I'm not going to pay any mind to this guy. I'm like, why can he just do that? But if I put my fucking truck up under an overpass and just hop the curb and just sat there for 3 hours, people be like, what's the deal with this guy?
I missed a light yesterday because of a tow truck driver, because he knows he's going to get into the U-turn lane right there and then have to go very slowly because he's going to pop the curb. But what he's doing is driving slowly in front of me, 30 and a 45, so that I miss the light right in front of me and I have to sit through a whole long light cycle. So I think I speak for both of us when I say, fuck you, tow truck drivers.
But also no hard feelings.
No, just fuck you. I don't
But
like
no
you.
hard feelings.
I understand it's a hard job. That's why because they all, like 5 of them would be parked next to each other and 7 of them show up to every fucking fender bender. But like, if the first guy's there, like what do they do? Like when they're all lined up on the side of the road in front of your car, because you just go one by one. What's your quote? What's your quote? What's your quote?
No, I think what they do, I think there has to be like a rule. There's something where it's like when they get there, whoever's there within a certain amount of time, and this is maybe completely fake, made up, but like this is what I thought it was, where they had like a coin or something, they throw it in a hat, and then that's who gets that wreck. Because like that's why you'll see like 4 of them show up at a time, and it's like you can't just be like, I want this guy first. To me, it would be like, did you show up first? Like, here you go. But
you would think that, but there's always 7 of them.
They have to have some like they have to have like rock paper scissors, some sort of like drawing straws or some shit to be like, this guy gets the tow, because that's you getting the money. And then you're like, well, this is your guy. And that's why, like, I've been in a wreck before where there were like 7 of the tow truck drivers came up, 3 of the cars had to get towed away. And like, it was like that guy, and that guy, based on like whatever they did. Robert, did you know more than me?
No, yeah, that happened to me too. Like where they did a coin thing. The police officer that showed up, he took the coins in like a thing and he drew the thing. He drew the coin.
That probably makes sense because he's like an impartial party.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. Alex started talking about the coin, and I spaced out because I was like, "All right, this is just gonna be some bullshit." Robert made me believe it. There's actually a coin system with tow. I don't know if you're lying to me. Like, I can never tell when Robert's just going along with a bit.
No, that's it's a real thing. They have like their own like, I don't know, challenge coin or whatever.
I'd be like, I was here first. That's my challenge coin. Get the fuck out of here. Stab a fucking hole in your tire.
I agree.
Then I'll tow you out of here.
We should make Pass the Gravy coins, and then we'll find some sort of value for them, maybe for tow truck drivers. Although no hard feelings, guys.
Let's make Pass the Gravy Pogs. Pogs are gonna make a comeback at some point, right?
Were the shit, dude.
I never understood that game. I didn't know how to
You
play.
didn't understand it?
No, I just slammed coins down on top of less heavy coins because that was fun. Because I didn't have a cell phone or the internet.
No, what you would do is if you would have them, they had the picture side up, and then you would set them down, you'd hit them with the slammer, and the ones that had the picture side up, you'd take those. And so,
Yeah,
like,
see, I didn't.
like, if you played for keeps, you would do that.
I think wherever we got it from, somebody immediately threw away the rules, so nobody in our family knew how to play it. So it would just be me and my brother just kind of slamming coins on top of coins.
I don't know if they ever were like printed rules. I was just like the fellas at school taught you.
I didn't play
You
at
had bad
school.
friends. You had bad friends, bro.
I played sports.
I also played sports.
And also I was in all GT classes because I was really smart when I was a kid. So like, but all those kids are also weird, which, you know, not saying I wasn't. I'm very weird. But yeah, I think all the cool stuff went down in just, you know, regular classes. I was in smart classes, so it wasn't fun there. It was all kids that wanted to learn.
Yeah, you're kind of a disappointment to smart classes everywhere.
Well, that's why when I got to high school, I was like, I'm not doing
that.
that anymore. Well, I did that. Yeah, I got to high school and I stopped trying. So that's when I started having fun at school. That's your lesson, kids. Everyone that's listening with your parents, stop trying. You'll be cooler. Don't try at school.
Right.
Just kidding.
Exactly.
Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. Just kidding.
What did you guys bring in for today's Precome segment? Since we're already in it.
I'm going to be a father.
What kind of dog are you getting? Oh, wait, no, you're getting a cat, aren't you?
No, I'm not getting an animal. I am going to officiate a friend's wedding. So I will officially be known as my other title. I've been Bo before. I've been Robert. I've been Bobby Jokes. I am now Father Jokes.
Father Jokes. I like that.
I was gonna be Father Bo or Father Bokes. Beaux.
That's only when he's being a badass, though. You don't want to be Padre?
No, he's an Astro.
Too close to baseball season.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Dude, that's pretty sick. I'm the only one that's not ordained on this podcast now. So
Little pro tip from someone who's done it before. Don't forget to tell them to exchange rings.
do that.
Or maybe if the bride gives you your speech beforehand, maybe do a quick once over with her. Ask her if she wants you to pause when she rings, she writes exchange rings in 2 different spots. Maybe ask which one she wants to do it at.
It was a beautiful wedding, though, Pat. You did a great job, bud.
I was sweatier than either one of them.
Robert, do we get to go watch you do this? I feel like we should be invited because content.
I haven't thought about it. Maybe I'll ask them about it. The thing is that
you're the father, so you get a +4, I think.
I think so. I had to do it in Spanish as well.
Even better. I want to be there even more now.
And is there going to be an open? There's definitely going to be an open bar.
I thought you were about to say casket. I thought you were about to say casket. And I was like, not a wedding.
I want there to be an open cask, a full cask of alcohol.
Just wide open.
Hell yeah.
So you're going to start doing a portion of the podcast to prepare for this. We're going to ask you to start doing the Not Cool segment exclusively in Spanish today, going forward, so you can work on that.
No one.
Are you like fluent? Me. Are you fluent in Spanish?
No. That's what also makes me nervous, because growing up, my mom didn't know any English, so I had to learn English first. That was my first language, not Spanish, and so Spanish kind of, went by the wayside. Like, I can have a conversation, but definitely to officiate a wedding, I'm gonna have to look up the translations of, like, okay, this is how you say this.
Wow. Yeah, dude, that'll be a lot of prep. That seems way more difficult than what Pat had to do.
Yeah. Also, if they pay you,
we'll just get you.
Can I have it?
We'll just get you to do this in Dutch, if you could, Pat. Pat would be like, nope, I'm not doing it.
Oh, you bet your ass I would.
Poorly.
Line by line. I right away off the bat, guys, to be honest with you, not going to be a lot of eye contact with the crowd during the ceremony. Reading Dutch. And then I would just go to my notebook and I'd Der Farvern van Woutenberg. No, there's no bergs. Sorry, I screwed that up already. No bergs in Dutch. A lot of double O's and double E's.
If you think about it, to make you feel better, though, Robert, like, you learning to do one wedding in like Spanish, how many bar mitzvahs are there every year? Tons, I would imagine. And all those kids probably don't speak Hebrew fluently, at least. So they got to go learn all those Hebrew words. And they got funny, like, they don't even have the same letters we got. Like, you're just, I think that's like hieroglyphics, basically. I know it's not really hieroglyphics, but like,
all right, clip that, cancel them.
Yeah, to me, but like, no, but like, if there's that many 16-year-old boys that got to learn how to do that, you could probably do one of those. And you can always just do the rush wedding where you're like, and I'm not pronouncing man and wife.
More like 12 years old.
Is it 12?
It's younger. You become a. Yeah,
I thought it was like a Jewish quinceañera, which is
no, 15. Dude. It's definitely like junior high. Like you become a man very young in the Jewish faith. I still am not 100% sold that I'm a real man.
I'm not. I didn't do a bar mitzvah.
I'm a boy. I've been to a bar mitzvah.
I've never gotten to go. I've always wanted to.
By the way, guys, everyone, if you have children,
please invite us to their bar mitzvahs.
I was gonna say, make sure they make Jewish friends, because bar mitzvahs are the coolest fucking parties. I had like a fucking what?
13-year-olds.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 12 to 13. Yeah.
Is kind of in between.
I had a big inflatable green guitar that I got there. I had that for a couple. Dude, I kept my fucking little yarmulke for years. Just take it out of my fucking toy closet.
Did you get like a little pin with it to pin it back into your hair?
No, you just put it on your head and it sits there.
You sit it.
It's not really. It sits pretty comfortably.
Are you supposed to sit it far back? Oh yeah, I'm sure they built it
decent far.
So
but it's just
it's
just. I mean, I feel like the Jews figured that out thousands of years ago. It doesn't fall off your head. As long as you're not swinging your head around, it's gonna sit there.
I would never wear one because I feel like that's cultural appropriation. Unless they all
I mean,
said it was cool.
As a child,
or it was in a rap song.
Well, no, when you go, you're supposed to, even if you're not Jewish, you're supposed to wear it at yeah. It's a lot of fun.
We're talking religion on today's podcast.
That's right. You gotta widen your circle. Our friends of all faiths, dude. Everybody parties in different ways, but they're all so much fun.
Well, did you ever like stay over at a friend's house that was Catholic and like I couldn't go to church with them because I wasn't Catholic? So they're like, nope, you're not allowed in. You can't go to mass. I'm like, all right.
My parents just wouldn't invite someone to stay over at our house if we were going to church the next day.
Yeah, like, I'll just call my mom. She'll come pick me up.
I mean, I was Catholic and I probably shouldn't have been going to mass. I wasn't.
My friend's mom was like, well, and it's nothing. It's just, you're not in the church. And I was like, okay, yeah. Hey, like, no, it's cool. It's cool. I would rather my mom come pick me up than go to that as well. Like, I'm cool with that.
7. Can you drop me off at home on the way, please? I don't want to walk.
I think she was trying to be nice to me, but I was just like, no, I would much rather go just
it's cool, lady.
My house.
I don't want to go to church either.
No, I'm cool. I got you. I appreciate you.
I'm gonna go watch football with my dad.
No hard feelings. No hard feelings. All right, lady. See, it works for everything. It works for everything. You're gonna come around on this. You're gonna come around on this, dude. I'm really excited, bro. Like, have you already started doing stuff for it?
No, not yet. They've been asking me for a little bit, or they asked me, I think sometime last year, and I just kind of been dragging my feet about it because I wasn't entirely sure if he was being serious or not. Then he brought it up like a week or so. I'm like, okay, sure, I'll do it. I was a little nervous about it, but okay.
How quick were you like, no, just, I don't want to?
I didn't like say anything. I think when
you thought of, were you thinking about it though? You're like, no. Immediately you say in your head, you're like, no, but then you're like, I got to say yes, don't I?
I think what I was really thinking was, how long can I put this off for? Like, well, maybe he'll forget. I don't think I ever thought I'm going to say no. It was just,
oh, dude, my bad. Sorry, I've been so bad getting back to you. I've been so busy.
More like that. Yeah, I had a
new phone. Who's this?
Yeah.
This is the same number you have. We don't do that anymore with phones. You just get back on your own thing.
Dude, contacts and a transfer.
There does need to be, like, I don't know how you would ever enforce this, but there needs to be like, you get, like, I always think you should be able to like ding so many people like that are driving like assholes every year. Like, you get like 5 of those a year, but once you've used them, they're gone. And it's like, if you get so many, then your license gets suspended for a long time or for however long. But I think you should get like 1 to 3 just hard no's that like, hey, you can't be upset about it. You can't ask any other follow-up questions. You can't give me shit later. Like, this is just, nope. I think you should get at least 1 of those a year where you're just like, here's the no button. No, hey, doesn't matter who it's to. It could be your mom. It can be your friend. If you were really like stressed about that, you'd be like, no, I'm not doing that. And it's like, they can't ask any follow-ups. Okay, cool. Robert's still invited, but he won't be doing it. We need to invent that, because I think that we'd be making a lot of money on people spending that to use it like once a year. And then if
everybody gets one
for $150 extra, you could get another. No. We just got to do like the Candy Crush payment method. Like, and then, hey, you're all out now until next year, but for just $300, we could give you 5.
Get pulled over by the cop. Have you been drinking tonight? I'm using my one. No.
It's just like a little green button you carry.
Go away, sir.
But see, to not make the roads unsafe, he could still test your blood, though. He could still be like, all right, he's refusing to talk. Then they can still take you in.
Oh, then that defeats the purpose. Hey, you can use this except if you can't.
I guess probably illegal stuff you can't use it for, but just for like functions like that, where it's just like, I just don't want to say no to somebody. Like any guest we've ever had on the podcast, like they could have just been like, no, I don't want to have to tell Alex why I can't do it.
See, this would be my problem. I'd waste mine. Like somebody would come in.
No, most people would, which is why we'd make money on it, because then they'd have to pay us the $150 for the extra one.
But like mine would be like someone would come in the restaurant and be like, yeah, can I get the tuna medium well? And I'd just be like, nope, it's not how it's supposed to be cooked. Pick something else. Then they'll be like, all right, steak medium well. I'm like, I fucking hate you just as much now. Wish you had gotten the tuna because I care about that less than steak.
Tuna rare, tuna raw, all of it. Raw.
Instead of the no, can we just change it? Okay, you have your system of no's. I have my system of once a year you get to just slam somebody in the face with a wet tennis ball.
See, that's violence at that. See, like again,
It's a tennis ball.
Right, but it's still violence.
You get to hit one kid a year.
Anybody that played baseball, like outside and used the tennis balls because they didn't break windows, like we know how hard you can get pegged in the face with a tennis ball.
Fine. Okay. Well, the first thing in my head was water balloon, and I was like, but those don't fly right when you throw them. They like explode in your hand. Then I
Water
thought
balloons
like
are cool though.
like a Nerf bat, and I was like, well, Alex said it's too violent, so it was tennis. Fine. You know what? Once a year, you just get to dump a whole pitcher of sweet tea on someone's head.
Just one. Okay. Yeah, you'd
Like they say
that
something
day
stupid,
one,
and you're
too.
like, using mine. Stay here. I'm gonna go get a pitcher of sweet tea, and you're gonna be wet and sticky.
That's what she said. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. Well, I do you have another one, Robert, or is it just that one?
Just that one.
All right. I actually had a real thought the other day. I was hanging out. I had just gotten up. It was about 12:30. And I thought, and I was like, damn, I wake up at noon a lot. And I was like, shit, am I depressed? And I was like, damn, I do have all the signs. I sleep in. I don't really do anything. And then I was like, wait a minute, Pat, but you're not depressed. You're just fucking lazy as shit. And I was like, oh yeah, that's why I don't do anything. I was like, wait, I sleep till 12:30 because I get home at 11:30. And whereas most people get home, I don't know, we'll just say 6 o'clock. Maybe you go to bed at 10, 11. You get 5. I get home at 11:30 and then I stay up till 4:30 because that's my 5 hours after work. I was like, oh, that's why, because I'm still only getting 6 hours of fucking sleep half the time. Waking up at 10, 11, 12. I was like, oh, that's it.
You know
But I
what it's
really
called? I learned this.
An alternative sleep schedule.
It's like daylight over assessment or whatever. We're trying to control the amount of time we're working or not or missing stuff by like staying up late and doing other shit. We're trying to fit in a day. I can't remember what Emma told me.
Oh, mine was more so just because I was sitting on the couch playing Call of Duty before work, and I was like, damn, I should have mowed the lawn this morning. And that was like 4 days ago, and I still didn't do it.
Back to
Also,
you, sorry, I didn't mean to derail that.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, my hair pile's back too. I think I'm just reverting back to dirtbag. Like I was but see, here's the thing. I go back to dirtbag in certain things. On the other hand, though, I just bought a bunch of like beard oil and beard balm and like beard shampoo. So I'm gonna fucking start taking care of my beard because it was getting really scraggly there for a while. So
Yeah.
I back off in some aspects of life. Now I'm becoming an adult with my beard care.
That works.
I'm an enigma.
I got a bunch of beard care shit I can give you from when I used to have a luscious beard.
This is also probably a part of it is I've been watching a shit ton of New Girl because it's about to leave Netflix. And whenever I do that, I just really start to identify way too much with Nick Miller. And then I start to question my life as he does in the show. I'll be done in a week and my life will go back to normal. But I know you're not supposed to. I know he's a lovable TV character, but he's not one you should identify with. But I love him.
I always have problems identifying with the bad person and something like that shouldn't be the person that I like.
Like Cartman was always my favorite growing up. Nick Miller's a total fucking wreck. But yeah. Someone save me. Ladies, do you enjoy pity projects?
Come on, somebody just say Pat. Yeah. Come on, ladies. You'll get to be talked about on the podcast, probably in wonderful light, always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm doing right now.
All right. And that's
but
laugh up.
It really did make me just start laughing when I was like, no, Pat, you idiot. You're not depressed. You just fucking work late, you dumbass. It's good times.
Yeah.
Then I went and killed some terrorists.
You killed, yeah, which always helps, dude. I mean, anybody that knows anything about this whole podcast in general, we hate terrorism. Big anti-terrorist guys here. Nobody hates terrorists more than Pastor Baby does. That's just
Hamas, get out of here. ISIS,
no way, buddy. No way. Domestic terrorism? No, not a big fan either.
the Irish
Also
Republican
dislike
Army.
that.
No more car bombs, sir.
Yeah. Is it Ayatollah Khomeini? They were bad, right?
I don't remember.
I don't want to speak on them because if they were a good thing, then I don't want to say bad things about them. But hey,
Flaming Dragon. You leave Tug Speedman alone.
the KKK, not cool.
Westboro
Fuck
Baptist
them.
Church.
Yeah,
Douchebags.
fuck them too. See, we hate terrorism here on the podcast, so it's a good relief when you just can go play a video game and do that.
Joseph Kony better be lucky that he disappeared, because if I ever found him,
Do you remember
That
that,
guy.
Robert? Tony 2012,
12.
was it?
Mm-mm.
Dude,
everybody in the
Joseph-
world cared about it for 6 months, and then he just
No,
walked
not
away,
even,
and
not
they
even
didn't find
6
him.
months. It was like 6 days.
Well, he wasn't so much a terrorist, Robert. Is he just well, I guess he was. He just killed a bunch of Africans and stole their children and made a child army.
It was frowned upon by some people
Yeah.
online. But really what it was is like there was like a group that was like, hey, we're gonna start like weaponizing people online and like get the word out. And like they didn't really weaponize people, they just got people to like post about it. And so people bought all these stickers and shit. And it turns out the guy I think got arrested for like jerking off in a like park, and then was a weird dude that was like stealing money from it. Just look up Kony 2012. Anybody that doesn't know what we're talking about, and
Kony.
there's a rabbit hole to go down for the rest of the day. Because like I remember like the day that it happened, like people were like, "Oh my god, this is terrible," and they'd post the video, the same video that the original guy shared, and then here's the link to buy stickers and other ways to help reach out. And like people were gonna like do protests and stuff, and I knew so many people bought stickers and shit, and just
Nerds.
tuned into anything. I was like, yeah, I'm not. Because I remember being like, well, how much is? I'm not gonna spend $26 on like a rally box. I'm not gonna do that.
Is a
Never mind.
$12 sticker online really going to help an African child who's holding AK-47 against his will? Don't think so.
Probably not, because there's other AK-47s over there. They're probably saying, don't do that.
These kids are going to suddenly get the internet and be like, "Oh, people care about us. I'm going to lay down my weapon and walk away." Nah, they get killed that way.
If only we could reach these kids.
How do I reach these kids?
It's funny though, because like I was like $26 too much for a box full of stickers. But like now, I'll get to that in my not cool, just like $26. I'm like, instant buy.
Mhm.
One click purchase. Cool. All right, let's move on to the comeback kids segments. That was a fun pre-com segment, I thought, fellas. Quick, precise, entertaining, interesting. And Robert, are you practicing your Spanish?
I am. I mean,
what is-
C?
See.
Mucho bueno.
Will you start when we say funny things in the group chat? Will you start ja-ja-jaing us?
It's funny because Robert replies in the group chat with yes, and I reply with C all the time.
You do.
Yeah, I just assume because it's quicker, and he's lazy, and he's like, "That's
I don't
two
know why.
letters, not
I don't know why I
three."
do it. I've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, it works. It does work.
It plays.
What is the no free ads? But there's that like to bleep this Duolingo. Did you try that yet?
No, I've not tried that yet.
I haven't either, but that's what they run advertisements on our station. We're big company guys. iHeart, maybe try them. That's what I would recommend, because I heard that on iHeartRadio, which maybe you're listening to this podcast on.
iHeartRadio.
Boom, 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 boom. All right. The Comeback Kids 7, guys, is brought to you by Southern Star Brewing Company. Hey, they still got Darling Like a Marlin 3. Return of the Marlin. Pass the gravy, Darling Like a Marlin 3, huh? Maybe you haven't got a chance to get up there. 3525 North Fraser Street up in Conroe. I've had quite a few people hit me up being like, bro, is it in stores? No, it's not in stores. It's a limited release. They don't have them in cans or anything. You got to get a growler. You can purchase a growler at Southern Star. You can bring your own growler up there too. Go check them out. They got a big Pass the Gravy flag hanging up there with your tokens. Let them know you're part of the Gravy Gang. They'll hook you up. They're going to let you sit. Just be like, show me the D lamb. I came for the D lamb. And they'll be like, what? And you're like, Darling and Marlin. They're like, oh, gotcha. And they'll hook you up. It's a black IPA. It's awesome. And yeah, you're gonna like it. I don't usually like IPAs. I love that. You're gonna like something from Southern Star, no matter who you are, no matter what you're into. They got mead, Skull and Potion mead. You want some mead? Go fucking try that. It's like you're at medieval times or Renaissance Festival, which I always get mixed up, even though they're not at all the same thing, but they kind of are in a way. I feel like the people at medieval times also do Renaissance Festival, but like that's like off-season Renaissance Festival is medieval times.
That's it's spring training. It's year-long spring training.
Exactly.
And then, the Renaissance
gotta do
Festival is
something.
the show.
Yeah, they're prepping for it. That's why you see such great shows when you go to the Renaissance Festival. But this is not an ad for the Renaissance Festival. It's an ad for Southern Star Brewing Company, which is more fun, I would say, than the Renaissance Festival. Get your mead and more fun because they got the best beer in the world, including the Darling Like a Marlin 3 Return of the Marlin. They also got your bombshell blondes, your strawberry bombshell blondes. They got you're not so big of a fan of beer. Try the beer mosa is what we call it, the Southern Brunch. You're gonna love it. I promise you will not be disappointed with Southern Star Brewing Company. Never gonna let you down. They got the hoppy elixir. Maybe you're not down to drink. Maybe you're a designated driver that day up at the brewery. Get your hoppy elixir. It's awesome. It's just like a Sprite, but it's better for you. It's made with hops, no alcohol in it at all. You're gonna find something you like up at Southern Star Brewing Company. I promise you. 3525 North Fraser Street up in Conroe. Go tell them we said, hey, get some crow snacks, some smoked crow snacks from my boy Matt up there. Tell the whole gang, tell Keith and everybody we said hey, and Ben and all the guys in the tap room. Tim, shout out Tim. Let them know you heard about them from Past Great Podcast. If you're drinking a Southern Star, tag them, tag us. They're at Southern Star BC and at Southern Star Brewing Co. on Twitter and Instagram. We are at Past Great Pod. Take a picture of your beer. Let them know you're supporting the people supporting the podcast. What were you going to say, Pat?
And Saturday, get your butts up there. You need something to do, something fun to do with the kids. You got a kids' Easter egg hunt, food, of course, beer. It's going to be a good time. Get up there. Let the little munchkins run around. Let them recruit more children into the gravy. What was it? What was our
Gravy Tech?
Gravy Tech Industries. Yes.
Internships.
Yeah.
Unpaid internships.
Yeah. And also maybe, it says kids meet Easter egg hunt. Maybe you grab yourself a couple eggs too.
Get a couple eggs for you.
Yeah.
It's the parent tax, right?
We're all kids at heart.
Yeah. We're all children of God.
There you go. And it's an Easter egg. It's for Easter.
Right? It's for his son who would want us to have that. There you go.
There you go.
Perfect. Southern Star Brewing Company, at Southern Star Brewing Co. and at Southern Star BC. This is the Comeback Kid segment.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
We're not even going to charge for that ad, Southern Star. That was like he did a Renaissance Festival ad. And they were just going off the rails talking about other shit. Wasn't really promoting the beer. We did.
I did. I live my life promoting the beer.
That's all we do.
Like this delicious Texas Punch.
Texas Punch. Get it wherever you get your beers. First Comeback Kid this week. Joked about making this a segment, but I feel like it's 3 weeks in a row. We could have an emo of the week because Luka Doncic. Did you know? Hey, I was having fun playing basketball, but now I'm just not who I used to be anymore. But I'm going through changes. Nobody gets it. I just not having fun playing basketball anymore. Little Luka not liking Dallas so much. Turns out Dallas fucking sucks.
While I agree with Dallas sucking, I think this coincides more with when somebody else joined his team. Kyrie Irving gets on the team and suddenly Luka's not having fun anymore. Because Kyrie's a fucking weirdo.
He keeps showing me these weird Nazi videos. And he's like, hey, dude, you're from Europe. You'd like this, right? And I'm like, Kyrie, let's just play ball. And he's like, no, dude, what's this propaganda? And I'm like, no, dude, you don't get me. And then, I can't wait until Luka shows up, like somebody shows him Hot Topic. And he'll be like, I stock wardrobe with this.
Or he grows his hair out a little bit and does the 2003, it's covering half his eyes.
The Tom DeLonge.
Yeah.
My Chem Romance or whatever. What? Yeah. AFI, do that one.
Like somebody goes, hey, Luka, pass me the ball. And he goes, where are you? Seriously, I can't see. The hair's covering half my face.
Tell me where.
That's a foul. He does bitch about every fucking call, though. That's it. Maybe that's the key. Just stop complaining and have some fun while you're out there, Luka. Maybe move out of Dallas because it's a shithole city filled with bad people
that would also
and
work.
Horrible dreams. And I was going to say bad football teams, but you know what? Honestly, they only have one bad football team. The other one plays in Arlington. Wait. Does Dallas have an XFL team?
They do, but they suck too.
That's what. Okay, that's the one. That's what, the look on your face was like they don't have enough.
No,
team. That's the one I was talking about. That
no,
sucks.
I was trying to be like, what are you? Because they both play in Arlington.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, but here's something stupid that I noticed. Go if you want, Robert. I really need you to put this up on the YouTube so everybody can watch us YouTube. Pass the Grade podcast. Subscribe, please. Trying to get to 500 subscribers. But that look up the Arlington Renegades logo. It's like a D and an R. And it's supposed to be, oh, look, it's got the both of them is like, but you're fucking Arlington, not Dallas, you dumbasses. I realized that the other day watching it, and I was like, I've watched all season and not at all put together that like it's supposed to be a D and an R, but they're the Arlington Renegades. Like if you were the Dallas Renegades again, that would make sense, but you're not. So your logo is kind of pointless.
I mean, just like the city.
That'd be like if the Roughnecks just had a T as their logo. I was like, what is that for? We don't really know. It
They
looks cool, all right?
DK, they play in Katy, but they're down. I don't know.
We made the oil rig like it's an eye. It looks like an eye. It looks cool though, huh? No, not really. It's confusing. But yeah, Dallas fucking sucks. Luka though, that was just funny. The press conference because he was like all defeated. Just the way he did it. Just go Luka Doncic unhappy basketball. Search that and like watch him and he's got his head. I just to have fun. And they'll have fun now. And it's like, all right, dude, chill out. Go fucking listen to your Mike Chem. Listen to your AFI. A little Bullet for Your Valentine. Maybe a little Taking Back Sunday. Go cry in your room a little bit. And it'll be all right, bro. We've all been there. And then stop fucking whining about calls.
Yeah. And then maybe also find a way to get Kyrie off your team so you can be happy again.
But keep him on your team because we want the Mavericks to suck.
I don't know if they'll suck though.
They're not gonna win.
He's good though.
But they're not gonna win.
That's true. They won't.
All right.
Oh, well, actually, yeah, I got one to sneak in right here because you mentioned Nazis.
I guess you could say Kyrie isn't the first guy to shut down the Eastern Bloc as a Nazi.
Ooh, political
humor right there, fellas. We got it all.
But that does fit because I did have one more I wanted to sneak in here. Another comeback kid. The Jews are back because
big Jewish podcast this week.
Yeah, very pro Jew.
Always.
Always. They are back because of Jonah Hill's fantastic acting. Kanye no longer hates the Jews because of 21 Jump Street. It's the only I don't know if it's still the only post on his Instagram. A couple days ago, my buddy sent me a picture and it was Kanye being like, I watched 21 Jump Street. Jonah Hill was awesome. I'm no longer holding anything against the Jews, guys. It's not right to hold something against an entire group because of 3 or 4 people that you don't like. And I thought it was fake, so I went to Kanye's Instagram. Nope, that's his only post. Kanye, there's a lot of pressure on Jonah Hill.
What time be alive, right?
21 Jump Street,
dude.
21 Jump Street is the movie that canceled somebody's anti-Semitism. That's just the greatest thing.
I didn't know that was what happened this weekend, but I did see a tweet that I just thought was funny and made no sense. But it just said, if only Hitler could have seen Jonah Hill in 21 Jump Street. And I had no context.
So you didn't even know.
I had no context. I was like, what? Why would Hitler watch that random movie? That's way funnier now.
I don't know how you didn't hear about it, but so yeah, guys, Kanye doesn't hate Jews anymore. So we can listen to College Dropout again, I guess.
Finally. And 21 Jump Street, that's like our new goat of movies, right? It cures Nazism.
I wonder if Jonah Hill responded to it. I should have looked it up. I'll look that up later today, but
I think the director or the writer did like quoted it and it was like, thanks for watching, ? I guess.
Please, 5-star. Did you put a link to Amazon where you can buy it?
Also, like, did Kanye rewatch it or did he just randomly for the first time watch 21 Jump Street the other day?
Or is Kanye going to be in 21 Jump Street 3?
That'd be 23.
23 Jump Street. You're right. They did it that way.
No, that's going to be Jordan's going to be in that one.
but
It's kind of his thing.
but it would be like maybe this is how Kanye is secretly promoting it because everybody's like 21 Jump Street. They need to make another one of those, and like boom, we did. Here it's Kanye starring in it.
My favorite part about this whole thing is Kanye doesn't mean it. Like he hasn't changed anything, but he was like, you know what? I got to really get out from underneath this thing. I got some new projects coming up that I'm going to want to promote. Who does everybody love that's Jewish? Jonah Hill. What's a movie of his? And he just Googled Jonah Hill movies and 21 Jump Street came up and he was like, I'm going to fire off this fucking take. Everyone's going to love me again. Jonah Hill, savior of the Jews. Send.
Not a bad idea. Let me try this.
And Kanye was like, he was like, that's the banger. That's the post. Nailed it. Everyone's going to love me again.
Jonah Hill movies. First thing that pops up is You People, then Stutz, Don't Look Up, Beach Bum, fucking.
I don't know. Maybe
Jump Street's not even until the second page, dude. I got True Story, Hail Caesar, Sausage Party, War Dogs.
Okay.
Dragon.
So maybe Kanye
you tried on yours. You tried on yours.
Kanye thought, but maybe he thought like, okay, everyone loves Jonah Hill. Let me pick one. He did that. He's like, well, I don't want to pick one of the first one or two because people will figure it out. Let me go deep in the catalog.
The first ones that come up for me are 21 Jump Street, Superbad, The Wolf of Wall Street, You People, 22 Jump Street, and Stutz.
Did you just type in Jonah Hill movies on Google?
I just typed in Jonah Hill on Google.
Ooh, let me see. Maybe that.
See, I did.
That's even lazier.
Jonah Hill
that makes more
movies,
sense.
And I get the same thing. Hold on, let's type in Jonah Hill Jewish. What the fuck?
21 Jump Street, super bad. When you just type in Jonah Hill. So yeah, he didn't even have to type in movies. All right, we just figured out Kanye's logic. That's exactly what Kanye did. You're right.
This is the last I'll do is just as Jonah Hill Jewish. The first two things that pop up: Jonah Hill ignores question about Kanye West and Jews, and then the second one from the Jewish Chronicle: why Jonah Hill changed his name from Feldstein. Like, okay, I don't think that really matters right now, but
Oops.
Have fun with that article.
Yeah, I'm not gonna read that one. All right, well, Jewish people and Kanye are back, I guess.
Everything we know about Jonah Hill's Jewish identity from Jewish Unpacked. I now know that that's a website.
That is a thing. Just like we learned about whatever the milk one was. GottaHaveMilk.com.
I'm very pro
that one
milk.
last week. Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
I'm very pro
We're
milk.
anti-milk here. We're still anti-milk.
No, you are. I'm not.
I am still anti-milk, and Robert is also still.
I'm still hoping I can grow up to be a big, strong boy.
I already am a big, strong boy.
Big and strong are
Jacked
two adjectives
now.
I would not use for you.
Now.
I'm a big, strong boy. Your
My wife said, burn.
wife doesn't think I'm a big, strong boy?
That's big and strong. It's not. That's what she uses to describe me. If you know what I'm saying.
No, I don't. Explain.
He's saying you don't have a wife.
I know that.
And you're
saying
alone.
she would explain me as those things.
Why?
Bedroom. Sex, Pat.
I thought you like moved your bed around recently or something.
No hard feelings, dude. It works. Next comeback kid is baseball. Because baseball's back, guys. Happy opening day or almost opening day to you guys. I'm just gonna set no expectations. I have no expectations.
Well, here, I'll give you some right now.
I didn't care about baseball right now, honestly.
I read something earlier that was funny.
I'm happy everybody else is happy.
This made me laugh earlier. The two favorites for the betting odds, Mets plus 950, or they're the most bet to win. I shouldn't say favorites. They're the most bet. The Mets and the Yankees. That's funny. Y'all ain't winning.
I'm just happy that people are happy about baseball season. Just no expectations to this year. No expectations.
I'm gonna laugh
at all.
When Judge hits 34 home runs this year and everyone goes, oh, they don't have the golden balls, can't do it anymore without him. And then we find out he still had them all year and still only hit 34 because he stopped taking steroids.
Hey, why don't you worry about your team? Mr.
Yeah, I was gonna say which one. I got one that's really good And then the Red Sox, I don't know, they might do some shit this year. Who fucking knows? Probably not.
Well, if only we all had 2 teams.
Yeah.
It would be so easy.
I'm bi-regional.
Robert, are they gonna win again? The Astros.
I think it is like World Series or bust.
It's not or bust.
But like
It's not.
it
might
is
be.
because
It's a whole
it's
failure. They're
like-
failures if they don't go back to back.
it's the
Dude,
expectation.
we're in the window now. If we don't re-sign Kyle Tucker, I'll be crushed. If we don't, like, if we win it and he leaves, okay. If we don't win it and he leaves, my soul
But-
will hurt.
This isn't his free agent year. It's next year, isn't it?
I thought it was this year.
But arbitration, that's a word I know. They
Mhm.
have to do that, and that means you lose them sometimes, right?
No,
Yeah,
arbitration
yeah.
is you just argue over how much you're going to pay him that year, and then you hurt his feelings, so he feels less bad about leaving the next year.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I don't know. I'm excited about this year. I downloaded the new MLB The Show game last night. I've been playing it. Forgot about some of the roster, but like, I love our rotation this year, Robert. I don't know about you. I mean, McCullers' health is always, but like top to bottom, we got some arms. The middle of our bullpen, not as stacked as some years. We got guys in there. I don't know if we have any like elite middle relief guys, but we got guys. We got arms.
Guys.
But
Some good guys in there. I think all of the ones from the World Series are returning, and
yeah, that's true. All of them are. I love our lineup. We're gonna put up so many runs.
Tucker is going to be a free agent after the 2025 season.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we
what are
got
you
real time.
worrying about? What are you?
I'm a
worrying
worrier.
about that?
I'm
Why
a
are you
worrier.
worried so much?
That's why my friends call me Whiskers.
Whiskers?
It's an old Harry Carey SNL bit. I'm not gonna do the whole bit for you right now, okay? Just know my friends call me Whiskers because I'm a worrier.
However you want to
Google
fuck that pig, buddy.
Yeah. I'll
Or
fuck
whatever,
that thing all
whatever
day.
it was. Also, because baseball is a comeback kid this week, I saw King Griffey is because King Griffey is the Robbie probably doesn't even remember this guy. King Griffey Jr. You're probably what, like -1 when he retired in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, happy belated birthday! I know, but you just turned 28.
Yes.
Nailed it.
First try.
I still think Robert's 24.
Yeah, no, we always say like, yeah, Robert's like, I think Robert was, he's 12. He's 12.
Like, I'll turn 40. I'll be like, damn, is Robert like 28 this year? God damn.
He's just always going to be young to us from now on. But
He's our special young boy.
but yeah, King Griffey Jr. is the 3rd highest paid player or person on the Reds payroll, which just shows that the Reds are kind of cheaping out this season and not really spending a lot of money. We've seen the Astros do that, and it turned things around when they just had to suck for a while to get some draft picks and build up a farm system. But Joey Votto getting paid the most on their payroll. He's getting $25 million. Will Myers is getting $6 million, and then King Griffey Jr. is getting $3.6 million because of a deferred contract. Don't ask me to explain how a deferred contract works, but I just know like Bobby Bonilla gets like $1 bajillion once
$1 million.
year. Yeah, it's $1 million from the Mets until like 2028 or some shit like that.
I don't know, but like, if why
You
don't
can just be like,
we always
instead of taking all the money now, you can just pay me this many millions of dollars for the next 29 years, just this much annually, and like that's what happens. Some
I would
people
take that
contracts
deal
like that.
all the time, every time, because like I know I'm cheap, so I wouldn't blow all my money. But if I got $1 million every year, that would really
You could be
stop me
like,
from blowing.
I got more coming.
Because even if
Yeah.
even if I have a fun year, like, oh, I make another $1 million next year, I'm okay.
Or you just you stay cool, like you have some fun during the year, but you stay cool, and then like right before the next one comes, you're like, all right, let's go ball out. Then you throw the
You
big
just-
party.
Oh, at the end of every year, whatever's left, you just put it like on red or black at a roulette table, one hand.
Right. That's how you make your money work for you guys.
Yeah.
A lot of people are asking me for investment tips these days. And I always say, make sure you make your money work for you. Because you know what happens? Money doesn't sleep. People don't talk about that. Money doesn't sleep. And that's why I don't sleep a lot. Because if my money's not sleeping, I don't want to be sleeping. And if you're sleeping and your money's not sleeping, you're not making money. Think about that, huh?
My money is dead asleep. My money's tired.
Well, your money is not sleeping though, because your money it's grinding, it's hustling, and you need to be hustling to make that money, bro.
I don't want to hustle. I'm lazy.
But yeah, you just gotta be like, yeah, just pay me out for the next however long. Just give me like $1 million a year. That's fucking sick.
We need to find out what day he gets paid on.
To do nothing.
Like we have Bobby Bonilla Day. We need Ken Griffey Jr. Day. Hey, look at Ken, still getting paid millions of dollars. Look at him.
I mean, that's just like baseball's got weird shit like that, or arbitration, like we were just saying. But like, it's also just fun to think about Ken Griffey Jr. because as a kid, like he was the guy.
The sweetest swing of all time.
Like we were growing up, everybody imitated that. You rock back and forth. You did this with the bat.
Dude, the home run follow through with one hand into the fucking pose.
Yeah, dude. Oh. He was bad. He had a home run derby. He had the backwards hat. How cool was that? He's wearing his hat backwards?
Remember when he was a rookie and him and his dad were on the same team and he ran in front of his dad and cut him off and caught the foul or the fly ball, and then his dad grounded him for cutting him off? Yeah,
just father son humor over there. What wasn't to like about Ken Griffey Jr.? And then he went to Cincinnati and people were like, oh yeah, he's still in Cincinnati because Cincinnati's not good.
He should have been great there, man. Injuries. That sucked. Dude, he played every time you look it up, you forget he was in Cincinnati for what was it, like 6-7 years? People always forget about that. He was there for a long time.
Yeah.
It was like the last time I looked it up, I was like, I would have bet $1 million that it was 3 years.
The majority of his career, he was there.
I feel, but it was just, he was so injured for really the whole time he was there. But I think it was like the last 3 or 4 years he was barely playing. So like you just forget he was there, but he was there a while. Also, he's from Cincinnati. Apparently, that's where he was born or grew up or some shit. I remember hearing that one time. I don't know. That might also be bullshit. I've held on to that for years because I heard it one time, but it really makes you wonder how much shit do we just believe that's false because we heard it one time and just fucking believed it. Like maybe Ken Griffey wasn't from Cincy, but I swear that's what I heard. So I'll believe that till the day I die, or until your Google search tells me otherwise. But I don't know.
Hold on.
Dogs are freaking out in the other room.
He played in Seattle longer.
I assumed it had to be longer. Yeah. But how many years?
It just felt like he played in Seattle from 89 to 99, so 10 years, and then he played from 2000 to 2008 in Cincinnati.
So yeah, so he was there 8 or 9 years, however the calendar works on baseball years. I can never figure it out.
It's just weird, like when you look at stuff like oh hey, can you believe how this was different than now? But like where you look at like Albert Pujols, Hall of Famer, whatever you want to think about him, you're allowed to think about. I don't fucking care. He's a funny name, but like it's weird that like now guys just bounce around to like a bunch of different teams at the end of their career. It feels like, you know, and like where Pujols was on like the Angels and then the Dodgers and then whoever the fuck else he was on at one point, and and then he went back to the Cardinals, didn't he? So maybe he's only been 3, but it was just like you don't have to see that. You had the weird Cincinnati phase, and then you had the Seattle Ken Griffey Jr. He wasn't a fucking Red Sox or a Brewer or a fucking just random deal in Colorado. He wasn't any of that. It's weird. There's guys that go places and you're like, this is a weird jersey you're wearing. Don't. He didn't do that.
That makes me think, like, you always hear people like, oh yeah, that was before free agency. How did it work before free agency?
What did they do?
Like, it was like, okay, so the team drafts you. And
you just die on that team?
But like, you can get traded. But also, here's the thing. How did contracts work? The team goes, all right, well, we'll give you $1 million over 3 years. And you're like, no, I want more than that. And they're like, well, we're not trading you. So it's either sign this or you don't play. Like, how did deals get done? Like, the team could have just fully done whatever they wanted on contracts. And guys would have been like, well, yeah, I'm going to play because this is the 70s. And if I don't play, I can't pay my fucking bills. I've never understood that.
I don't know. Baseball's weird, but yeah, Ken Griffey Jr.
Beautiful.
Fun to think about.
The marathon season starts in 26 hours and some change now.
you're listening to this on Thursday, it's today.
We're
We're recording on Wednesday, the 29th.
I'm jacked up. I hope everybody's getting off work early, getting in front of their TVs, get your snacks, get your drinks ready, and just sit down and watch a couple hours of Astros baseball. Jordan's going to go deep. It's going to be beautiful. Tucker's going to go 3 for 4. I'm so jacked up.
Why do you even watch
Also-
the game now? You know the box score because Pat's telling you.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be great too because like the Rangers are so excited. Like, we're going to be so good this year. I forgot they added Eovaldi too to their pitching staff. I was looking at their pitching staff yesterday. I was like, oh, that would be great. Except DeGrom is just not going to be healthy because that's what he
Have fun,
does.
he'll have 12 starts.
They have the best pitcher on the planet, and they'll have him for 7 games, 7 starts. We'll call it 7 starts this year.
Probably 12.
That's
I think 12 starts.
I don't know. I did do it. Here's what's going to happen. He's going to make his first 3. He's going to get shut down for a month for right forearm tightness. He's going to come back, make 1 start, shut down for another month and a half for like a back ache. I don't know what he does. He's always injured. He'll go 7-0 in his 7 starts with like a fucking 1.4 ERA. It's going to be ridiculous, but he just won't be there. And then the Rangers are going to lose a shit ton of games because that's what they are. Corey Seager is going to be a bag of ass. It's going to be a fun year to watch Dallas suck again, even in baseball.
Robert, will you remind us? I'm giving you a new job for this season. Just each episode, just be, oh, hey, by the way, Jacob deGrom injured. So every time he gets injured, just like update us, like, hey, by the way, add it to the comeback kid. Just like Jacob deGrom injured again.
It would be so much funnier if he had his first fully healthy season ever, but went like 4-12
and just sucked.
He just like can't find the fucking. All of a sudden, his fastball's down to 95 instead of 100.
It's the humidity.
Oh, Dallas sucks.
They probably blame it on some stupid shit. Whatever.
I need to get Aaron Rodgers to get in contact with him about ayahuasca. Maybe he'll be too high to pitch.
Yeah, that would work. That would work. Our next comeback kid we got, but happy opening day to everybody. Our next comeback kid we got is Fleetwood Mac because that's the new rabbit hole I got sucked into this week. I feel like it's been hippos, it's been other weird shit. Now it's Fleetwood Mac because I watched the show on Amazon Prime. It's called Daisy Jones and the Six, and it's like loosely based off of Fleetwood Mac, but it's not Fleetwood Mac. And it was a really good show. And then that just made me be like, oh, I kind of want to go listen to Fleetwood Mac. And like, I was a casual Fleetwood Mac guy. And then they're one of those bands where you're like, fuck, every song they had was a fucking hit. Every fucking song they had was a fucking hit.
Chains is one of my like favorite.
That's just the one that brings you to the party. I mean,
but
they got
like
a
I'm saying,
ton
it's
of
one of my favorite like get you jacked up songs of all time. Boom, boom, no, 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 no.
That
Like one of the
solo,
sickest bass riffs of all fucking time, and then just fucking Stevie Nicks just being a goddamn gold on the fucking vocals, all that shit. And then you get into all of her and fucking oh god damn, I just lost his name. No, he's not in the band. Tom Petty. All the fucking songs they did together and shit too.
Oh yeah. But just like the album Rumors where they all broke up and were all on drugs and shit, like fucking just putting out bangers like Don't Stop, Go Your Own Way. They did Dreams on that album, Never Going Back. Like just fucking hit after hit after hit after hit. And it's just like, yeah, that was one album.
Dude, it's the 6th best-selling album of the 70s and the 12th best all time. 6 of the fucking 12 best-selling albums of all time came from the 70s.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. I just been like in a wormhole of like, am I ready to get out of this wormhole? And then I'll just be like, no, we're just gonna listen to Tusk now. Like we'll go to the next album. But like Rumors, like fucking, I don't know. Yeah, I get it. I get when people say it's the best album of all time. I kind of have to agree. I think now looking at it, like these are all fucking bangers.
If you've never watched it, I'm trying to fucking remember the name. It was that HBO documentary. It was like a 4 to 6 part or something like that about Jimmy Iovine and Eminem. It was like The Chosen Ones or something.
Yeah.
Some shit like that. But did you ever watch it?
Yeah.
It talked about how he built his, oh yeah, in that whole part when he's talking about Stevie and like getting her career up and going and then getting her together with Tom Petty and all this. God, that was fucking cool. The set, dude. Great poll. Fleetwood Mac. Great fucking poll.
Just just like, yeah, and it's been like I'm not ready for this to be over. So like watch Daisy Jones and the Six. It's on Amazon Prime. I know everybody fucking has Amazon Prime, so like don't tell me like, oh, I don't have Prime Video. Daisy Jones and the Six is fucking dope. And there's like 10 episodes. It just like it's a mini series. It's based off a book my wife read, so like that's why she wanted to watch it. And I was like, all right, well, I'm really into this.
She read the book, you watched it.
I did watch it. And then it was also cool because somebody that read the book was like, she was like, well, in the book, they did this. I'm like, cool. I like hearing both sides without having to really take in all the information in the book because I'm lazy.
There you go.
I'm very lazy. But yeah, it's a mini series. So it's only one season, but it's 10 episodes. And they just had like the last 2 come out last week. So like binge all through it, fam. Daisy Jones is 6. And then just fucking, you're going to want to listen to Fleetwood Mac because it just slaps. And then you're like, I don't know. I'm a Fleetaholic now.
I did a little bit of this last night, but if you want another one to get into for next week, Sabbath. Sabbath. Just really just
I was thinking
awesome.
Steely Dan might be the next one.
Ooh,
Might go
that'd be
Steely
good too,
Dan
but-
next.
But last night I listened to fucking War Pigs and then Iron Man and then fucking Changes, Mama I'm Coming Home. Made me think back to junior high when I went through my Aussie phase and really got into fucking Aussie, man. That dude needs a series about him. We already had the Osbournes, which was a great show, but
I feel like people shit on like millennials a lot of times. Like I know Rod in the morning will be like, well, Alex doesn't think anything is relevant that was like before like he was born. I'm like, well, like I've just watched shit since after I've been born, you know? Like I don't always have time to go back and watch Tombstone. And like we give Robert shit for not watching movies. But the beauty of that and like being like a casual Fleetwood Mac guy that just casually knew him was like, you can go in a deep dive and be like, wow, this is incredible. And it's like I'm experiencing Fleetwood Mac for the first time. And they've been around since the fucking like late 60s, early 70s. And it's like now I'm experiencing it for the first time. So I'm getting that feeling that you had then, but now I'm still able to feel that. So it's like maybe we're just putting off a bunch of joy to later be able to experience. So maybe Robert's going to go on some weird movie watching binge one time. And he'll be like, you know what? I'm going to just like get stuck in this room. And like, what if Robert gets trapped under rubble? And all he has is a bunch of DVDs, and he's able to watch those. And he's like, you know, hey, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, fucking great, guys. And he goes back to all the movies, like Star Wars, loved it.
If he's trapped under rubble and like trapped in watching movies, I want one of them to be Blast from the Past because that's just ironic. That's that Brendan Fraser one where he's in a bomb shelter for like 40 years.
Yes,
that was cool.
Very deep dude, it's maybe not everybody gets.
They should
work. It plays.
It's hard to be like a diehard for any band that like you weren't of age like when they were releasing their shit. Like, you know, like yesterday somebody asked me what's your favorite Led Zeppelin song, and I was like, I don't fucking know, man. Like I've never like been a deep dive Zeppelin. I've liked all of the Zeppelin shit I've heard.
Just say Fool in the Rain. That's an easy one. It's not the most famous one, but it's like it plays.
I couldn't even think of a single Zeppelin song off the top of my head. I was like, I know 60 of them.
Just don't say Stay Away. Don't say Stay Away.
Oh shit, I should have said Stairway.
You're a casual. You're a casual if you say Stay Away.
I'm sorry, it's an all-time great song.
But you always gotta go to the second or third one if you want to act like not a casual.
So like that. So what would be the equivalent? If somebody said, "What's your favorite Red Hot?" What would the casual be? Snow. Would Snow be the casual answer? That's a good one too.
Oh wow, it's newer age. Like, yeah, I really liked where they kind of went around, you know, like the 08, 2010 kind of time. I really like that new phase. You know, they kind of figured out their love for music again. Like you sound like that guy knows what he's talking about.
I'll be the guy that'll be like, yeah, mine's actually, it's deeper cut, Sir Psycho Sexy off of Blood Sugar Sex Magic. That was a fucking great one.
Yeah. Also just going back to Fleetwood Mac again, because that's still what I'm bringing up. I've been really just straight up, like that's what I've done this week is Fleetwood Mac and that Daisy.
Good week.
Show. It's fun. It's been fucking killer, dude. It plays like they're the best, like great all-time driving band, all-time like workout band. I've been doing workouts just listening to fucking Rumors on repeat, which by the way, like if you get an hour-long workout and that's 2 times through Rumors, perfect. I should be able to run 3 miles during one running of Rumors. But yeah, just let everybody play a little Fleetwood Mac this week and just enjoy. I was happy that I kind of stumbled upon that. But then also just Rumors was when that like they all went, like everybody in the band was going through their divorce or breakup and they were all on a lot of drugs. So like that's like one of the best albums of all time. So it's like obviously drugs do sometimes help.
They're right brain. I think artistics are right-brained
Yeah.
people. Drugs can help with that.
It's like psychedelics and stuff too. I know they did a lot of coke too, but still,
Oh, it was the 70s. Of course they were doing coke.
we wouldn't have all the cool music without drugs. So not great to do all the time. But I'm just saying, sometimes they have their
God,
purpose.
the 70s were just. This is why I always say 1960 was the perfect year to be born.
I
You
need
get
to
some
go
of the
away.
60s music. You're in your teens in the 70s and shit, and like you're becoming an adult. And plus 70s, all it is drugs and sex and no AIDS. AIDS had not happened yet. There was no
Had
big
happened.
bad venereal disease that would fucking take you out. You'd just be
Free
itchy,
love.
and it would burn when you pee. But other than that, like you take a pill, you're fine.
And you just laughed it off.
You listen to fucking Stevie Nicks.
Right.
Fucking great time to be alive.
And also, like, you could just like when did like what at what age or like what time period was it like where we can't just be like, hey man, they'll be like, what was the 70s, dude? That was the 70s back then, man. Like you could just write off like drugs, all kinds of just wild sex, doing a bunch of different weird shit. Like you can write all of that off. Like, well, it was the 70s. Like, why can't we do that about the 90s? I don't know, dude. It was the 90s, man. You know how that was. Like, no, what's up? It seems like you were a drug addict.
Nah, it was just a lot of shit.
No, dude.
Colors that fucked with our
You-
brains.
You were a drug addict that was constantly cheating. It's like, no, it was 90s, bro. What are you talking about? Like, we
I was
can't do
raised on
that.
Saved
The
by the Bell.
70s, I feel like the 80s, it doesn't play really. The 70s is about where like, it was a different time.
That's
And now
where
we
you're
play
wrong.
that. We play those other stuff, but you can't just write it off like it was it was 90s. Like I guess
The
a certain stuff is said on
80s.
TV.
The 80s is the ultimate
Was cocaine.
era where you could just write things off. Like, what the hell were you thinking? Dude, it was the 80s. We were all coked up. Nobody
So the
knew what was
90s
going
is
on.
the cutoff. You can't do the 90s.
Yeah. 90s is the cutoff. 80s,
That's
though,
the
you're just like,
decade
yeah.
you can't just explain away with, well, it was that decade.
Yeah, because
It was the early 2000s, dude. It was different.
because in the 90s, we started to get like the first touch of the internet and real global, like every person to person communication and cell phones and all that shit. 80s, it was like, dude, I'm going to do blow and my kids are just going to ride around the neighborhood trying to find other bikes. And then they're going to hang out at that house and all the parents are going to do blow next door.
See you guys later. Yeah, you
God, that would have been fun.
that shit.
That would have been
Well,
fun.
Anyways,
I assume.
Fleetwood Mac.
I've still
Shout out them.
Never done blow.
They're back. We do all need to do like a boys trip and just like trip balls one weekend and like see if that makes like the podcast just incredible. We'll just
We'd
run,
love it.
we'll run a mic and just be like, all right, like what if that just expands our minds? We figure out how to do just the greatest podcast ever. Like, why do you think Joe Rogan's so successful? Probably because he trips balls.
I would love it, but
Right?
you know, Robert.
We could
has
be
no
Rogan.
interest-
Times
Ro-
three.
Ro- Robert has no interest on going on a boys trip with us without the drugs. You add the drugs in it, and he doesn't.
Robert,
wanna
what
be
if I
there.
told you we could be Joe Rogan?
You could
For,
be
like one
Jamie.
time, one weekend of just a little trip balls, little trippy
That's
balls.
That's what we got to
Little
start
ball
doing.
tripping.
No longer do we Google things in the middle of us talking about it. From now on, we just go, Robert, pull that up. Robert, can you pull that up?
Eventually, I want to get us a space where we can all just go and it's not in anybody's house, so we can just do all the shit there, like have an office. And like, I will absolutely make sure to spend the money on the setup for that. But Robert, pull that tweet up. Robert, hey, go. Let's watch this. Let's do this. But yeah, Robert, what if I told you we could be Joe Rogan? But like, all you do is one weekend, and it's like, what did he just get? Like $1 million, $10 million from Spotify, like for $10 million, one crazy tripping weekend, and you learn a lot about yourself. They say.
I think I know all I need to know.
I have an idea for this.
You think that, but really the real you inside you needs to understand what it's like with the earth, bro.
The hoodie that you're wearing fits perfectly with what you're saying.
It does.
It
really
does.
does.
Dude,
I
so
played right into
our,
that, didn't I? I had
our
knowingly
office
walked into that.
at the restaurant, our office manager, she's going to move, but she's still going to be able to do a lot of her job remotely. But that means her office is going to be vacant in our warehouse, like our storage place. There's a room, Alex. It smells like a big dog, but he's a good boy. His name's
Yeah,
Dexter.
I would want a whole setup. We don't have to get on a podcast. I want like a whole setup where there were a couple of rooms that we had where it was like
Well, there's
There was
other
a
rooms. There's
studio,
just shit
and
in
then
them.
there's like an office that we can like do shit. So like
We just
that'd
got
be
to
cool.
work around like the backup toilet paper and cups that we have for the restaurant. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, we could just rent like a band practice space too. Probably that would also not be a bad idea. But moving on. Shout out Fleetwood Mac this week, and then our final comeback kid we got this week is the Final Four because yeah, college basketball is about to be over, and then you don't have to pretend to care about it anymore.
Do you have any futures left alive?
No, I don't.
Okay, I got UConn, so you know they're losing on Saturday.
Yeah. No, I think they'll probably win. I think
I hope so.
They're the favorite to win it at this point.
I've got them plus 1,000, man.
It's like the NCAA tournament. It's cool, but then it's like, I mean, Florida Atlantic and San Diego State. They're just not like they play each other to go to the like one of them's going to be in the national championship game. That sucks.
Here's the FAU earned it though. They only had 3 losses all year.
They did, but it's like they're not. I don't want to see them. Like it's fun when they get to a certain point, but like let's put the teams we know or care about, or like
here's why I like those two being in there. Because they're not Alabama, so UConn's got a better shot if they face them.
It's a funny Alabama joke.
No, I just Alabama was a really good team, and I thought
they've got a shot.
Oh, ha! See, smart brain. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Because the gun violence on Alabama's team.
Yeah, there was a murder.
There was a guy that committed murder on Alabama's team, and the other guy gave him the gun, but said he wasn't involved.
Honestly, they lost a player to murder, and they still made it that far. That's a deep team. They're good.
They overcame adversity.
Yeah,
can't say they didn't. Check that box for them. But yeah, Final Four is back. Really, Final Four is back. So we can use it as our mock draft for this week. We're going to do the mock draft of fours. So any kind of fours, whether it be the number 4 or anything like that. Mock draft of fours. Looking back at last week, it was the mock draft of coolest things to get arrested for, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Mock draft of coolest things to get arrested for. Robert is our runaway winner with that. He had 42% of the vote. Pat had 30%, so he's in second, and I was in last at 28% of the vote. On the season, Robert is in the lead now, moving into first place. He has 2.5 wins. Pat has 2, and I have 1.5. So we are all neck and neck. I think we got about a month left of the season. So if you have any mock draft suggestions, hashtag PTG mock draft to at Pass the Gravy Pod. We would love the suggestions. Not guaranteeing we'll use them, but sometimes it's harder to come up with the ideas than others. The fours just played this week. Since we do a snake draft, we're going to do the reverse order of how we finished last week. So it'll be me, then Pat, then Robert, then Pat, then me. It's a snake draft. And I guess I will start things off with our mock draft of fours. This is a tough one to pick a 1-1 for. I really feel like I'm very possibly going to botch this, but like I also don't know where everybody else would have gone either. I'm going to start off and 1-1 go connect 4 because like that's fucking fun always, right? Like you can be any age and connect 4 is cool, right?
I mean, it's much more fun as an adult when you play a child though, because you're like, I'm gonna win.
I was playing my niece in tic-tac-toe the other day. It's like one of those games like how did you not see this? I'm gonna that's 3 across. You're missing all of this. It's right there in front of your eyes. And she's like, nope. You're like, all right, I win again. You're like, I'm gonna smoke you all day on this, kid, to get better at it. But Connect 4 is one of those where you can dominate and just like the big Connect 4 is always fun at a bar. I always like that.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Connect 4, 1-1. Pat, what you got?
I'm going to use my first overall pick for something that I deeply believe in. I am very anti-racist and anti the owning of slaves. So I'm going to take 4 score and 7 years ago. Famous speech by Abraham Lincoln.
Address, I believe.
Yes. Robert, why did you laugh when I said I'm against racism? That didn't seem nice.
He does hate racism.
It's just unpredictable sometimes. You're unpredictable. And so I'm like, where's this going?
Yeah, so 4 score and 7 years ago, I'm going with my old boy Abe Linky.
Mm-hmm. All right. Bobby
All right.
Jokes, you got 2 here.
I've got 2 here. I'm gonna go. There have been 4 Avengers movies, so I'm gonna go with the Avengers.
Oh, great value pick.
Just do I say the Avengers? Are there 4 of them?
4 Avengers movies. You can just
Yeah, I would write 4 Avengers movies that way.
It has been Avengers, Age of Ultron, Infinity War, and Endgame.
Because if you just write Avengers movies, people will be like, "What the fuck does that have to do with 4?" You know,
I'm gonna say all 4 Avengers movies.
that's smarter. That's smarter. That's a better way.
All right, for my second one, I'm gonna go with the Grand Slam.
Ooh,
That's
good
4
choice,
runs.
sir.
That place. I like that. Creative thinking right there, Robert.
That's
Right.
very nice. All right, my
Pat?
next one. Maybe the most elusive on this list, the 4-leaf clover.
Ooh,
I
that
had
is
that
a
one on my
really good
list.
one.
Mm-hmm. You spend all your childhood looking for them, and you never do. So you end up just ripping one of the leaves in half in your hand. You go, see, there's 4 of them now. Or am I the only one that did that?
I've never done that.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think I've done that either.
damn. Thought I had a workaround.
Okay, I got 2 right here. I'm gonna go with 4-wheel drive because that's American.
Pair that with a Henny, and I got a heart on.
Hell yeah, buddy. I'm gonna go 4-wheel drive, and because I don't know if it's gonna be able to come back to me, I'm gonna go Brett Favre. Best football player
son
to
of
wear
a
the
bitch.
4. Best football player to wear the 4, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I can't believe he wasn't 1-1.
I didn't think anyone's going to take. I mean,
but
yeah. I mean, he's.
I thought you might take him coming back.
No, I was on. I said beforehand I wasn't going to take him because I didn't think anyone would vote for him right now because of the whole stealing welfare money from people that need it to build a
I'm talking football
volleyball
career,
gym
all
for his
right.
daughter. I'm actually also going to take an athlete who wore number 4. I miss him every day, George Springer. I love George Springer.
George Springer. Does he wear 4 for the Twins?
He's not on the Twins. You're thinking of Carlos Correa. He is on the Blue Jays.
You're right.
And I believe he does. I believe he does still wear 4 for the Blue Jays.
And Carlos Correa wears 4 for the Twins, I believe.
Oh, he does?
That's
He don't wear number 1
I
anymore?
got mixed up, obviously.
Oh, did Byron Buxton was he already wearing number 1?
I don't
Or was
remember
it
who was
somebody- I
wearing
don't
number 1, but
He
I
does
don't
wear
know.
4. Springer.
I just feel bad for Carlos because it's like, the rest of your career is just going to play out. Like
I mean, that's how most careers play.
but in Minnesota, like it's just he's of no consequence anymore because it's fucking Minnesota. What are they going to do? It's Minnesota. Nobody wants to play. They built an outdoor stadium in the fucking middle of Minnesota. Yeah, he's making money. No, I'm not knocking him for that. I'm just saying,
so
like,
rich though.
oh, so rich. I'm just saying, it just sucks that we like October is going to come around every year, and you're just going to be like, oh, remember Carlos Correa? He used to be here. Not saying
Do you
Minnesota
miss
won't
him or
make it to the
Springer
playoffs.
more?
Oh man, Carlos, and we've got Pena now, so like it's not as
It's like you have
needed.
more Springer memories.
But I don't, dude. I loved Carlos. That absolute nuke he had for a right arm, just throwing people out at first, deep in the hole when he had no business even being able to make the throw close. Carlos was just magic to watch. Springer did just absolutely drop dick on the ball though, so that was always fun to watch. Carlos was clutch. So was George.
All
I
right.
love him.
My last
to
2.
Pat, to Robert. You got back-to-back picks.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I've got some good ones. One that I absolutely know I must take. I'm gonna go South Park. Stan, Kyle, Kenny, Cartman.
Oh, what a fucking pick, sir!
The boys from South Park.
Damn.
And my last one, I'm gonna go with 4 Seasons Total Landscaping.
oh
That's
my
the
god,
Rudy
Alex.
Giuliani one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think people will get that one as much, but that's a great fucking pick. Oh my God. For those that don't know, a couple years ago, Rudy Giuliani held a press conference. It was supposed to be at the Four Seasons Hotel, but they booked the Four Seasons landscaping, and he was just doing it in front of like a fucking storage container.
Yeah.
With all the Trump like logos behind him, and I was like, what the fuck is this, dude?
Oh my God, what a pull, Robert. That's fucking great.
That's a good one.
I think this is the one where also where his like hair dye was dripping down his face too.
Oh,
I
because it was
think
hot.
so,
Yeah, it was hot. It was melting. Great pick, Robert. Pat, your final one.
All right. I'm going to go a little dark for my last one. Death, famine, war, and conquest. I'm taking the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. All right, fuck you guys. I hype up all your picks. And you just sat there fucking silent when I.
Well, I was writing it down, but
That was on my list too. Yep.
That is.
Well, it
Four
was on your
Horsemen.
list, but apparently not good enough because you already used all your picks.
At least I wrote it
It
down.
was down there.
I only write down
Fucking-
12.
Dude, it's fucking South Park Day. How did I miss the boys? Damn. I still love my list though.
I'm gonna go with my final pick and the final pick of the draft. I will go the Beatles, the Fab Four. They played.
Yeah.
How's that silence feel, huh? Not good,
It was
did it?
fine. I was cool with it because I was happy with my pick. I didn't need validation on it.
All right. Well, I'm definitely not going to tell my friends about this one because one of them's a massive Beatles fan, so he'll just pick you automatically off that one.
Well, the fact that the Beatles at 4, I thought that was a steal.
That's pretty
All right,
steal.
so to recap, our mock draft of 4s, I have Connect 4, 4-wheel drive, Brett Favre, and the Beatles. Pat has 4-score and 7 years ago from the Gettysburg Address, and 4-leaf clover, George Springer, and the Four Horsemen. Robert has all 4 Avengers movies, Grand Slams, the 4 boys from South Park, and 4 seasons total landscaping. Solid picks, fam. Solid picks. Let's move on to the honorable mention.
Yeah. The golf Grand Slam, all 4 majors.
Tennis Grand Slam. Could have gone with that.
Tiger Slam, where you win all 4, but not in the same year.
Final 4. I
but
kind of thought about taking that one.
When you're paying Kings, the card game, 4's whores, all the girls get a drink. It's the only time you could call girls whores to their face, and they'd be like, yeah.
This is probably, I'm saying the game. I wrote 4 floors of whores. I don't really know what that's from, but I've heard it somewhere, I feel like. So maybe that's a fucking the pig situation.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Ooh, you know what's a good one? Hit the 4th quarter, hold up the 4s.
I just wrote 4 quarters in football. Yeah.
Hold up. I like when you just see all the guys on the sideline that'll never touch the field. It hits the 4th, and they're like, 4th boys, get ready.
They're the first ones. They're the first ones to do it. Calling someone with glasses 4 eyes.
Yeah.
Thought that was a good one. But
I had the Ninja Turtles, the Fantastic Four, Mount Rushmore.
I had I'm a slave for you from Britney Spears.
Forceps. Doctors use them. I think those are it's like they clamp it and hold open your skin as they're working inside. I think that's what a forceps is.
But I think we went specifically FOUR. That's what we have it down as.
Well, I mean, it's
most of them at least. Yeah.
I
don't know. I was waiting on somebody else to play that. I was waiting on somebody else to play that.
Golf 4.
That would have played. Yeah, that would have played.
It doesn't have to be FOUR though. We always do plays on it. Robert, you were the king of fucking taking what we do and making
Foreskin.
it different.
Yeah, because I wrote "May the Force be with you."
That's a little stretchy.
But if we allowed the other ones, we had to let that one go.
No. What you could have taken there is May the 4th, Star Wars Day.
4th.
I was gonna. I thought about doing 4 seasons with all 4 of the seasons, and then 4 seasons the hotels. And then if I had been smart enough, I could have swung back and got 4 seasons landscaping cover.
We all dropped the ball. The goddamn 4th of July. How did nobody take the 4th of July?
That's a good one.
We're all fucking idiots.
That should have been 1-1.
Shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a fucking shitty mock draft. Then all right, I don't know. I had Fortnite,
Buffalo,
Adam Vinatieri, Bobby Orr.
Buffalo losing in 4 straight Super Bowls.
For What It's Worth from Buffalo Springfield.
Ooh, great song.
Deshaun Watson.
Ooh,
I mean-
Jonathan Moxon.
John Mox. Adam Vinatieri.
Ooh, that's good for. That's good for.
What was the other one I had? Four Ds.
I like that.
I didn't know
40
that I
ounces,
played.
baby.
And then Queen and Derek Carr.
I think we got to end it on Derek Carr.
So on those.
There's no better honorable mention than Derek Carr.
This will actually be good because if us leaving 4th of July off, like everybody that's listening is like, how the fuck could you not put 4th of July on it? Just
Dude,
spam
I
us
bet-
with that. That's probably a good one.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody listens to the mock draft and as they're listening, they're just going to tweet at us, how did you guys not say 4th of July? And we're going to get to honorable mentions and be like, listen.
1-1 should have been 4th of July. Absolutely. Fuck.
No, I think 1-1 should have been 4 7 years ago because, slavery, bad.
Connect 4 is cool.
Reuniting the country just so that
Connect 4 unites
over time
everybody, I
we
would
could
argue.
pull back apart again.
Connect 4 unites everybody. You're trying to unite the 4.
That just
And I
made me
always-
think of Unite the 7 from
I
the
always play
boys.
with the black pieces so I can unite them all.
40 Days and 40 Nights. That was a fun movie.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was our mock draft of 4s. Who knows what we're gonna do mock draft of next week? I had written down this
Let's just do
afternoon.
5s.
When I sit down, I always get rid of the notes that I had from the previous week. And on the one post-it note, I wrote next week mock draft of Shadows. And I was like, what? I'm glad we didn't do that.
Well, 1-1 would have had, you wouldn't have gotten there, but it's Peter Pan Shadow was the best Shadow. Nope. It's the second best Shadow. You know what the best Shadow is?
Hand Shadows.
No, Homeward Bound.
When you do these.
It's Homeward Bound.
Yeah.
Shadow was such a good boy.
Did we say Shadow in the last one?
Probably. Well, I think we talked. Didn't we talk about Shadow?
I only write down the shit during maybe something like that.
I think I said something about Shadow the Hedgehog last time.
I don't remember.
It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Pat, will you tell our good friends about littlemshop.com while I go pee quickly, and then we'll get into the not cool segment.
I can, but now I'm all emotional because I'm thinking about Shadow from fucking Homeward Bound, and I want to cry. He's such a good boy. But if we weren't in the middle of the podcast, you know what I do to stop myself from crying? I'd go get in my car. You know what my car smells like? Little M's air freshener right now. I've got what's the one I have up right now? I think it's Party On. That's not the name of it. Alex will help me out when he gets there. But it's the one that says Party. Fucking looks like an old school design from Saved by the Bell. It's fucking great. I actually need to. Actually, this is very opportunistic because I've got a little notebook that I write down little notes, kind of what it's fucking for, right? Whether I'm at work or just breaking down all my hockey gambling every day, I'm going through that thing. I probably got about 15 pages left. Where am I going to go? I'm going to go to Little M Shop, buy one of the notebooks off of there. It'll be in by the time I'm done with that notebook. Boom. It's perfectly done. They got little keychains. Alex always say, are you a Swiftie? Little Taylor Swift fan. Looking at you right now. You're listening to me. I'm looking at you because I'm in front of a camera. But they got little Taylor Swift little sayings on there. I personally, though, seriously, do this. If you haven't got them, load up on the air fresheners. You're not going to find a better deal on them. They're not we haven't brought this up in a while. Fuck the baby back bitch trees. I saw a couple of them in cars the other day, and I was walking by them. I was like, ooh, if I was a degenerate, I'd break your windshield right now. But I would replace it with a little M air freshener and just leave a note that says, you're welcome, I brightened your day. Because it's so much better, and they smell great. Use them everywhere. They're not just for your cars, guys. We say it all the time. Put them in you got stinky trash? You stinky trash guy? Put one in the bottom of your trash. No more stinky trash.
Robert, as we're reading that, can you make sure on the video version on the YouTube channel it just says Little M Shop does not endorse smashing windows?
I said I didn't do it.
Right, but we're just like,
I
I feel like
didn't.
it's for the sponsor to get them out of the. Yeah, no, the Little M Shop, dude, best fucking air fresheners on the planet. You're not going to be disappointed. I got my Gravy King keychain with me all the time. It is the Eras tour, right? Taylor Swift's on tour. Get your fucking Taylor Swift keychain or T Swift keychain. Keychains. Go check them out. littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com. If you purchase anything from Little M, when you get them, take a picture, tag them at Little EM Shop. on Instagram, and then at Little EM Tweets on Twitter. Let them know you're supporting the people supporting the podcast. LittleMShop.com. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. LittleEMShop.com. Official sponsor of this week's Not Cool segment.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
All right. In the Not Cool segment, we will vent about something that's made us say, hey, man, that's not cool at any point in the last week or so. If you'd like to submit yours, we like it when you want to vent to us too. At Pass Your Pod, use the hashtag PTG Not Cool. That's how we'll search for them. And give us a time in your week that made you say, hey, man, that's not cool. We will pick some of the best ones each week, and we will share them with the group. So let's start with some listener/viewer not cools. Don't forget to go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Pass Your Podcast on YouTube. Please hit that subscribe button. And you can also watch us on Facebook. We need you to interact. Go like our face. Just spam like all our Facebook shit, because Facebook still hates
do it right now
for some reason. And then share our shit too. We would really appreciate it. This is from Alexis Garcia at Alexis Texas _ on Twitter. And Alexis says her not cool is wearing light colored leggings and getting the most awkward and noticeable sweat stain on my crotch after spin class.
Oh, I hate when that happens to me.
I hate when that happens. I mean, that's one of those, like, I do like when you work up a good sweat, and like if you have to, like, I don't really ever go anywhere after my, like, I work out. I'll usually just shower and shit. But like if you like go to the gym and then you have to stop by the grocery store and get something, like it's always a cool look to like have the like sweat on your like chest where it's like, oh yeah, I got a good workout, and like that guy must have been working out. So like, yeah, it's in your crotch area, but like I would guess you had some other sweat other places. So like they're like, oh, she must have had a hard workout,
Or just
or she might have pissed herself.
don't let it be awkward. Reclaim your power from it. You know, I used to love when I was young, in my young 20s, me and my buddies would be out at the bar. I would say something fucking stupid, and I'd turn around, there'd be girls standing there, and I would just go, ladies, what you need to do in that situation, if you walk by a group of hot guys, you just look at them and go, gentlemen. That's a good opening line right there.
Just drop that, and they're like, wow, she
like what you see, boys.
No, I think, yeah, you just turn it into positive. People are gonna be like, wow, she got a sick workout in. And
or
she pissed herself.
Actually, what you should do is it's kind of an asshole move, but it plays for the joke. People will excuse it. Listen to phone out or music out loud on your phone right there, but you gotta be listening to WAP.
Right. And like it was a song.
Be like, yeah, I mean, and then when
You
people
know how
leave,
they get it.
just be like, hey, it's a lifestyle. Got that wet ass pussy.
They shut up, prude. You know what? No hard feelings.
Anyone looks at you, gives you a dirty
away.
look, just be like, sorry, you're drier than Ben Shapiro's wife. It's topical.
Specific reference. Very, very topical. But yeah, that sucks. T's and P's, Alexis. I'm sure she'll bounce back. Ashley Wilkins at Buster Healer Mix writes in with our next one, and she says her not cool is cleaned out the trap in my front loader washing machine and forgot to tighten it back. Started another load of laundry and ended up flooding the entire room. Yeah, it sucks, especially when you're like, well, that was on me because I didn't tighten it back. Like that sucks. I thought she meant lint trap. I didn't understand necessarily what she meant, but she sent a picture on Twitter. So Robert, attach the picture if you want. And
You said load, tight, and flood all in the same one.
And
that's all my brain can do is just making up tight, wet load jokes in my head right now.
The whole flood in the room thing, that sucks though. That's a pain.
Yeah, that fucking sucks. I didn't know.
Last chore.
I mean, that sucks. I mean, luckily my lint trap's on top of mine, so it's not. Wait, hold on.
Mine's like in the.
Wait, a lint trap on the washer?
I guess it wouldn't have been on the washer.
The lint trap's on the dryer. Dude, this is a whole level of washing machine I don't even understand. So I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys are too rich for our blood. You're too rich for our blood. That does suck. Flooding a whole room sucks. T's and P's, Ashley.
Do washing machines have traps too, and we just don't know about them because we're guys?
Is that where the socks go?
No, the socks definitely get lost in the dryer.
That's what I thought. But I don't always check to make sure that there's that many socks when I come out. Like it's like maybe they go in the washer, and then we've been thinking it was the dryer this whole time.
It's just tumbling, and it gets so hot that they fucking go into warp. And they're just
evaporate.
Yeah. We figured out light speed travel. We just didn't know that we did. It's all for socks.
We go somewhere. Eventually, when we figure it out, we're like, this is row of socks where there's just socks laying everywhere.
Yeah, there's an alien society
Random
somewhere.
T-shirts, fully clothed because of us. Get more Earth clothes.
Yeah, Ashley, I can only also I'm just picturing my laundry room getting flooded right now, and it's still just this like old boxes and shit that we just never unloaded when we moved in 5 years ago. So like that would suck because then you got to deal with wet cardboard. Nobody likes that.
And you got to move. You got to get new boxes.
No, all that shit should be thrown away anyway. We're
There you go.
hoarders.
That's what it sounds like. All right. Our next not cool is from Raymundo Benavidez at KMundoB on Twitter. And he says, took my dog to the park and laid on the grass. Did not realize I was laying in ants and got bit.
I mean,
ants have a really good way of like making sure that they're like 1,000 of them on you before they start just attacking you. And then you're like, wait, this is itchy. Oh no. Oh God. Oh God. And then you just got to like go like jump in water or just roll around and swat at them until they're gone.
but hey, that's the life we live. You know, you're gonna own a dog. You're gonna play with puppies. You're gonna wrestle with them on the ground. You're gonna roll around. Sometimes you're gonna get some. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you're gonna roll in some shit. Some literal dog shit. You're gonna roll in it because you're playing with a dog.
At least it
That's
was
life.
dog shit. At least
That's
it was
life.
dog shit.
I mean, I'd rather roll in dog shit than get bit by ants because you just take off the garment of clothing that you're wearing. Ants hurt. Dog shit doesn't hurt. It just stinks.
It's gross.
Oh yeah, it's super gross, but like
Super gross.
I'd rather roll like have some shit on the back of my shirt than have ant bites all over my face. That's just me though.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah, Mundo, that sucks. But you know what? Hey, plus side, you were rolling around with a puppy. That's a pretty good day.
yeah, that's always a positive. Saw good news. Saw a dog today.
Puppy love.
So we go from that one to this is some sad, not cool stuff, but we love you. Everybody strap in. Danielle Weston at Danny_Weston says the vet gave my dog 2 months to live. About to spoil the shit out of her. We will make sure she lives like a queen in our last few moments with her. Man, that's love ya. Sorry. I know, yeah, Parker. Probably that's gonna be tough. But you gotta explain that to a kid. But yeah, like that's the hardest part, like when you get a time limit. But when I had my boxer, when I got like, they were like, yeah, you got 2 weeks, about 2 weeks, and she didn't make it the full 2 weeks. And it was like, at least like, it sucks that you get like a finality of it, but like having that lets you do the spoiling, and it's not something that's just all of a sudden. So yeah, just enjoy those, and just like, it's gonna fucking suck. I'm sorry. Like there's nothing really anybody can say to you. Just know like it's gonna get better, and that they're not going to be hurting anymore. She kind of explained all of the stuff that's going on with the dog, and just that's a lot. And fuck, man, I'm sorry. And if you need anybody, Gravy Gang's got your back. We love you, and hang in there, and reach out to us if you need help.
I remember when my first childhood dog, when she passed, we didn't even know they're gonna do it. Like a week later in the mail, we got our vet had put her paw print into like a piece of clay and wrote her name on it and sent it to us. Ask your vet, be like, hey, do you guys like, is that something you guys do? If not, do it yourself. Get yourself a paw print of that puppy. That way they're with you forever. I mean, they already will be. Dogs don't ever leave. Dogs are just the purest form of happiness on the planet. But it's always a nice little memento to have your dog's print with you forever.
Watch all dogs go to heaven. I remember when I was like just
I'd be a wreck if I watched that.
Yeah, maybe don't do that.
I've never watched that movie because I know I'll bawl. Just
That's like a Disney movie, so it's kind of got like a help. Yeah, love you, Danny. Love you, Danny. Everybody send her your good vibes, please. This is from Quentin Hughes at Q the Ace on Twitter. And Quentin says his not cool is coming back from vacation to find out that somebody quit, and now we are going to be short-staffed with a 2-man crew going into the summer. Yeah, man, just anytime you got to make up for like something. I guess you can't really fault somebody else for taking another job, but like it sucks like when you are short-staffed in general, where you're just like, oh, cool, now we'll all do this work. That's definitely not cool.
Yeah, the amount of work doesn't decrease, but
the pay doesn't
still has to get done. Yeah, no,
Right.
yeah. It fucking sucks, man. We've all been there. Sorry, buddy.
All right, last one from you guys. It's from Todd Voss at as_seen_by_TV. And Todd says, "Isn't that cool? Is the dude at work that left the community coffee pot empty? Don't be that guy. If you finish it, at least start the refill. It's almost as bad as leaving a shopping cart in a parking space, right?"
I've been that guy. I've done that. I know it's a dick move. I've done it. I did it. I've done it. I know it's not cool. But in my defense, when I did it, I had at that point never made a pot of coffee in my life, and I didn't want to learn how to use the machine, so I just kind of did it and got out of there.
At work, if I ever run out of coffee, when I finish my coffee, I usually just do one a day. But if I'm really tired, I'll do two. I go to the company, the work coffee thing, and I'll always kind of pick it up and feel it. And there's been times where it was light, and I was like, nope. It's just I'm just not getting coffee because I don't want to be the person that ends it.
Yeah, I've done that many times. Where you just we've got one of those ones where you just hit the top of it and it sprays out of the spout. But as soon as you can tell that it's light, and I'm like, I'll just get 2 drops out of it. I'm like, oh, I'll shoot, and I'll leave this for the next person who can have half of a cup is left. Yeah, I just walk away. I'm a piece. I know I'm a piece of shit.
But you're not a piece of shit because you didn't leave it empty. You only left it partially empty.
Yeah, but also I knew the next person who's going to want a cup of coffee is going to be half a cup in here, and then they're probably just going to take the half cup and not make a new one, knowing it's just going to get pushed down the line.
But then they're the asshole, not you.
But yeah, it is a dickhead thing to do. Don't be that guy, guys. It's not. Be that guy. It's not hard. At the very least, even if you were one of the people that like me that doesn't know how to make coffee, just ask. So I have finished. Can you just? I've never used this coffee pot before. Can you just show me how to do it real quick? And they're like, yeah, it's fucking coffee, but just I don't know what I'm doing. Someone will help you. Someone who drinks coffee will help you because they'll be like, you know what? I'm probably gonna need a cup in 10 minutes.
Right. Or just hide all the coffee.
Don't do
what
that.
Happened to it.
That's terrorist moves. Don't hide coffee.
Don't do that.
There's a lot of people out there that need coffee to get through the day. Don't hide the coffee.
All right. Hashtag PTG not cool. If you'd like to submit your not cools to us at Pass Security Pod, I will go with mine. I am going camping this weekend with the boys, and so I started getting some camping gear this year. I'm coming back. Pat's going to the Roughnecks game with me on Sunday. So
finally going.
I'm getting up early, and I'm breaking down the tent and coming back. But because of that, I wanted to make sure I bought all the gear because I know one of the big bugaboos is not helping break down or set up camp. So I was I'm gonna get my own tent. That way in the morning, I'll just get up at 7 o'clock, break everything down, leave, and then I'll meet you at my place and we can go to the game. So I've just been buying this shit, but I got this for my sleeping bag. They were like, yeah, get a mat to put under it. So I got this it's a self-inflating sleeping mat, and it's a mini air mattress. It's 4 inches thick, and so it's you just hit this thing and it right. It was you just hit this thing and it'll self-inflate, and I was tight. And in the instructions, in the description of the thing, it was yes, so it is labeled a self-inflating sleeping mat. And I was all right, tight, let's go with this one. And then I got it, and I was you know what? I'm just gonna whip this bad boy out, and I'm gonna test it out, make sure it fits, make sure it works, so it won't be my first time using it when we go out there. And I was where the fuck is it supposed to self-inflate? This doesn't work. There's the butt, it was where you would blow in it or you'd put a pump in there, but there was nothing that came with it. And so I looked up the thing, and it was oh yeah, it self-inflates with this pump that you have to spend $32 on. I was that's not self-inflating, guys. Self-inflating is that I don't need anything but this thing. You can't say it's self-inflating with a pump that is not included. That's not self-inflating. It's a fucking just blow up mattress at that point, a blow up sleeping mat.
So are you just blowing up the mat, or
I already had it? So now I had to I'm not gonna. I don't return shit.
Yeah.
So I then just had to spend $32 on a fucking pump for it, which got here today. So that seems that'll be fine. But now I gotta make sure I can blow it up and everything's fine. It's one of those things where it's you fucking lied. Don't tell me you're a self pump like a self-inflating when you're not self-inflating. That's a bold-faced lie right there. And so I was gonna go bitch about it in the reviews, but then somebody in the reviews was like, "Yeah, nothing about this is self-inflating." And I was like, I could have read that, and that's kind of on me. But that problem was fixed because I got the pump. But the problem that I've also had is like I go camping once a year now for going on 3 years, and I just probably have spent like $300 on camping gear because I keep like Amazon is like, oh, you're camping? Well, how about this? How about this little table for your tent? What about this cool little clip light? What about this? I'm like, I might get that. You know what? I
Oh
do
my
have
God.
that. And now I have a tent. I didn't get the fucking the tarp that goes over and it kind of makes it like a patio. I didn't get that. But I do have quite a bit of shit that I've purchased. Just being like,
I picture you, Tom, like as Tom
Going
Haverford. You've got like 2 generators, a TV, an Xbox.
no, I got like a big power, like it's like a power charging block. So it says it gives it like 20 iPhone charges. Like you can charge your laptop all the way twice or 3 times, and it was like it should be good for a 48-hour period. So that's pretty solid. But like,
And also,
I've spent like probably $300 on just camping shit that I'm going to use for one weekend.
think of it this way, though. Now you've got another pump for your air mattress that you sometimes turn it into living room bed.
What if we don't have a living room bed? We have a living room like blow up mat. She didn't say I couldn't have that. She didn't say I couldn't have that.
And also maybe it
That's
could just
like
be
a little bit. Hey, look,
It could
babe,
be it could be a wheezy bed.
right? Babe, we're compromising. It's not a full air mattress. It's a sleeping pad that blows up. Oh, I spent all this money. Of course I have to set the tent up in the living room. Ooh, living room tent.
Dude, here's the thing too, because it's only like a 4-inch one. You could literally just leave that blown up behind your couch at all times, and when you need it, just right behind the couch.
Oh, she just popped her head out and shook it now.
Yeah, but I said yes.
Thanks for crushing my dreams, Emma.
No. Here's the thing. Here's the compromise. She said no to living room mat, but you leave living room mat behind the couch at all times, so it's not always there, but it can be pulled out whenever you need it.
And then I put a blanket over it and I'm like, it's living room pallet.
Well, here's the thing. Just put it behind the couch anyway, and just drape a blanket over it, and she won't know.
This is like it's just one of those weeks though where like when you get sucked into like Amazon and you're like, huh. And like now it's like recommending me camping. So like maybe I do want like what if I got a cot? A cot might be a better option. And it's like, I don't need to spend $114 on a cot. Don't need to do that. When are we going to use this except for once a year? Again, don't need to keep like we could be fine, Alex. Like I can reuse this tent. That makes sense. I feel like I saved money every year because I just go to Academy and buy one of their $6 chairs instead of like spending money on like an actual camping chair. I'm like, I've saved so much money on that, but it's like, no, you haven't. You've also just spent like $300 on Amazon because like today I opened the door and everything just fell in. There was that much shit just leaning on the door. I was like, well, this is all camping gear, so cool for me.
Hey, you're gonna have a great time, bub.
But I am taking my tomahawk. I am taking the tomahawk. Gotta take the tomahawk.
You gotta take the. I mean, what if a bear shows up?
Nobody's gonna be in danger because I have a tomahawk. I'll T-hawk those bitches.
Do we have bears in Texas?
I don't want to think about it this weekend. That's a future me fact I'm gonna look up after.
Like somewhere in Texas we have to have bears.
It's a big state.
That's what I'm saying. But like, where you're going, like just north of Houston somewhere, right? You're just going up that way.
Lake Limestone.
Yeah, you're by it. Yeah, you're good. Hey,
Bears hate limes. That's what I know.
Did you get a citronella candle?
I bought a bunch of off woods or
deep woods.
Deep woods.
Off deep woods. Yeah, that's the shit.
It's like 70% DEET.
But just the spray, or did you get a candle also?
At the spray, should I get a candle?
Dude, just stop by an Academy or something. Get yourself a candle. No, stick it to the ground. Light that shit up
on Amazon. They'll do it.
The boys will love that.
Fellas, setting the aroma and keeping the skeets away.
Yeah, no skeet on the boys trip.
No skeet on the boys trip.
Well,
but yeah,
maybe some of them.
You get lucky. So those are my not cools. But who wants to go next?
I'll go. I I nearly just fully lost it the other day. I was driving to work and I get on the highway. I'm driving and there's a guy in the lane to the right of me, up ahead a little bit. But the person in front of him isn't going as fast as him. So he changes lanes to get into my lane to avoid the person that wasn't going as fast as him. What do you think that guy did? Do you think he sped up to match traffic? Or do you think he caused me the problem that he got out of the way of? Yeah, he fucking kept the same goddamn speed. Didn't speed up, so I'm stuck behind him. And then there's just traffic on there, so I can't get by him. But he just slowed all of traffic to stop himself from getting stuck. Okay, I'm mad. I get past it. 3 minutes later, another motherfucker does it to me. Another one gets out of his lane into my lane and doesn't move. And at this point, my brain just shuts up. Like I go into a sea of, it's just waves of rage. But like, you know how waves, you get a wave and then it stops. And then a little bit later, no, it was a constant like tsunami fucking wave. I got so mad. I sped up on this motherfucker to ride his ass to the point where my car's alarms like did it and just started naturally braking. So I was having to speed up past the brake of my natural car. Or the natural brake of my car, because like it's one of those cars now where like you get too close, it'll naturally brake itself.
Beep, 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 beep.
I was fighting that because I was like, I'm gonna piss off. By the way, I'm in a fucking Toyota Corolla. This guy's in a big Ford F-150. So like if I were to hit him, only my car is gonna get hurt. But I was just so fucking livid that it happened. I like it, just blind rage, A minute or two later, he gets out of the way. I fucking start going again. A third motherfucker, 3 people in 10 minutes, 3 fucking people in 10 minutes got into my lane. And this guy was closer than like the other ones. I was probably like 20, 30, 40 yards behind when they got over. But like on the road, that's not that far. This guy just slides over in front of me, probably like 2 car lengths. And once again, just doesn't speed up. There's room to go. He was probably going like 2 miles an hour faster than the person he got out of the way of. I'm probably going 15 faster than he is. 3 people in 10. Like, this is the kind of shit that drives me fucking crazy. Like, how do these people, how are they able to have kids? Their lack of spatial awareness makes me wonder how the fuck they can even figure out where to put it to have sex. Like, how the fuck do you not understand what is going around you on the road at all? I don't understand how people are such bad fucking drivers. Just look, just have any spatial awareness whatsoever around you to be like, oh, I got to change lanes. Oh, but I see someone coming faster in that lane. Let me wait 4 fucking seconds for them to pass. And then I'm just going to hold up traffic on the fucking highway because I'm a dickhead that wants to go the exact speed limit and no faster in the fucking second to left lane of a 5-lane highway. I want to legalize traffic murder so goddamn badly. There's too many fucking people. Like, and it made me think, I was like, God, remember what was great? The pandemic. I actually had that thought. I was like, damn, 2020 was awesome. I got to work in 14 minutes every day when minimum now it takes me like 25 minutes. I actually had the thought of I missed the pandemic because nobody was on the roads. And I'm going to be honest, for me, the pandemic actually was pretty fucking sweet in a lot of ways. I was making a lot of money and just hanging out drinking all day. Alex, you're still muted if you're trying to talk. But yeah, I just
did the same shit.
I cannot fathom how people are such bad drivers. It drives me fucking insane. And also just all week long, my GM, we'd be standing there talking, but he would just move, like as we're talking, he would place his body in a direct walkway. And I don't know if you know this about restaurants. Usually if you're in a walkway, it's not like, oh, there's room for 2 people to pass opposite. No, there's one way. So all week long, all I was doing was grabbing his shoulder and moving him throughout the restaurant as people were trying to get around him. And then this traffic shit happened and it all boiled over. I fucking lost it.
Yeah.
I got
Sounds like it.
So goddamn angry. I was just like, guys, I'm here. I'm gonna go stand in the walk-in for 2 minutes. Just give me, because like my body was physically hot.
To cool down.
I was so fucked. Like I was hoping they'd see me. I'm in my car, fucking wildly gesticulating at them, like, get the fuck, go. And every time I passed them, I would be like, fucking I'd stop looking in front of me so I could look at them and fucking wave at them. I was as angry as I've been in the car. Like, I lost my shit at the second person, and then a third person did it, and I don't
have time for that at that point.
I don't know how I didn't black out with rage. Like, I fully should have just like come to at work and be like, I don't remember the last 8 minutes of what happened. Hope I didn't kill someone on the road.
You very well may have.
Dude, I'm out of breath. I'm sweating now. Just think like, oh my God. Guys, just pay attention when you're driving. Just a little bit. A little fucking bit. That's all you got to do to not be a bad driver. Too much for most people to handle.
Apparently.
Also, I kind of split my lip again this morning, so that's back.
It's a bad one.
Yeah.
Bobby Jokes, what you got?
Last week, I think on Thursday or so, my volume button on my phone broke. It fell off. So I had no way to control the volume besides like going into settings.
Was it up or down when it?
It was about midway. It wasn't like too bad, but still annoying. But luckily it's under warranty, so I was able to take it to one of like the stores nearby for them to fix it. Like, oh, we can't just fix the button. We had to replace the whole frame of it. Basically, like take all the internals and put them in a new phone, essentially. And like, we need to order the part, but we can overnight it. It'll get here maybe Friday, maybe Saturday. Which that's not what overnight means, but okay.
Yeah, that's not at all what it means. I mean,
It ended up getting there Friday or Saturday. So I took my phone Saturday and like, okay, we'll fix it. We'll get it to you.
Did you at least get to keep your phone until?
Yeah, I had it Thursday, Friday. I had to give it to them Saturday. But I also have like an old phone that I was using. So it wasn't like too inconvenient that way. But I get it back Monday and that's my birthday. So like I was doing other things. I didn't really focus on the phone. I didn't like start setting it up again until maybe like 8 p.m. or so. So I didn't really notice if there was anything wrong. Everything seemed fine. They said they fixed it. Tuesday, I had to go somewhere that I'd never been before. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to use my maps. GPS signal was, it kept losing signal. I'm like, okay, I have no idea where I'm going. I can't use maps. And I'm thinking, is it maybe like my mobile data? Am I not getting internet? And so that's why maps are not working. And also they, like I said, they replaced all the internals into like a new phone. And I can like, I don't know if I can pick up on mic, but I don't think they glued the screen on properly.
You can feel it moving.
But yeah, I can like pop it like back in.
Dude, I've had that when I had my old phone. It would like I cracked the screen, and every time I'd go fix it, like there were times where like when you'd put it in the case, if I ever had to take it out of the case, I was always scared like it peeled the screen off again. And I was like, what do I do at that point? But yeah, like I feel like only like the factory seals it right, and then every place else doesn't have what
yeah,
no free ads, whatever your phone is. Yeah. And they don't have, they don't care. That's another one. And like, it's like, they don't use the adhesive that's like to seal it down. So that it like does kind of pop back up. And then there's like almost sometimes like bubbles on the side of the screen. Like just like a little like, oh, this should be pushed down, but it's not. Yeah, it is frustrating.
So the screen pops up and I thought, okay, the GPS thing doesn't work. So I moved my SIM card to the other phone that I was using to test it out. And I drove around the block. I'm like, nope, maps works just fine. So it's not a mobile data issue. Like it's following me. And so now it's my phone's GPS is wonky and the screen like isn't fully adhered to the.
Like it still works.
Yeah,
it still
works.
It just feels weird.
Yeah, but the biggest issue is GPS and maps, where it doesn't have the GPS signal.
I just want to tell you, Robert, I'm sorry. That sucks, buddy. But if you had an iPhone, what you could do is you just swipe down from the screen right here, and then you can't see it so well. But see this is also volume control. So then you don't have to get your entire phone replaced, is you can just slide up your volume on the screen itself.
I mean,
and then the issue.
He wanted still go to my settings. Yeah, and I wanted the thing fixed. I'm like, and it was under warranty. I'm like, it's not going to cost me anything. Like, why not?
Oh, well, it did. It cost you your GPS.
Cost you time,
apparently,
and your locations, apparently.
And I don't know. Like, I'm not sure if I want to go back to the store and be like, hey, you messed it up, or should I don't know, send the phone into Google, but then I'm going to be out for like without a phone for a week.
I got a phone repair guy I could set you up with. He was my guy. Although, like, because like when you break a screen, the screen just breaks again and again because the glass isn't as good, I guess.
Mhm.
And like I kept having to go take the screen back to get it fixed. But like he'd always do a bang up job. They'd do it like 20 minutes. And it's also weird when you're getting your phone fixed because you're just sitting there. Like I would sit in it was like a tiny little like shop, and I'd sit in there while the guy worked on it, and I'm just like, what do I
You should
What
you
do
should have brought it.
what do
You
I
should have brought
do?
a shampoo bottle. So you act like you're in the bathroom before you had a cell phone. So
I was
I'm
like, do
gonna
you have
read this.
magazines? Like
Well, here's also approach it.
I'm
What
gonna
you do
read
in
like
that?
a 2007 Sports Illustrated.
No, what you do in that situation,
through
you find yourself a grocery store that has the phone place in the front of it. That's what I found. So then you drop your phone off, you do your grocery shopping, and then your phone's ready as you're leaving.
I'm not sure how they
I've
can
gone,
fix the GPS issue though.
yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Well, for you, Robert, I'm going to introduce you. You're going to go back in time about 20 years. It's called MapQuest.
No,
I
don't do that.
downloaded the MapQuest app thinking, oh, is it
Nope.
just Google Maps? And
Yeah, no, you gotta print off your maps, homie, and then you're gonna be reintroduced to the world of as you get really close to your destination. You're gonna find yourself. It just naturally happens among all humans. You're gonna turn down the radio so that you can hear, or so that you can read better. This just
It
always
does
happens.
happen.
You're getting closer. Like, fuck, what's that street name? Hold on, let me turn this down so I can concentrate.
What if I just gave you like an old iPhone ad?
He still want to do it.
Over.
Robert is just staunchly against it.
Yeah.
My bar manager's the same way. He's like, dude, but the Android can do this, and it's better. I'm like, yeah, but you don't do those things with it. You just cause our manager group chat to not be able to send full videos to each other because your Android can't fucking handle it.
I have one Apple product, and that was an iPod Nano that my friend gave me in like 2011.
I thought you were going to say it was just an apple in your fridge.
For your birthday. Let's just get them all Apple products.
Here's what we'll do. If I ever get around to doing my taxes this year, when I get my refund and a new laptop, I'll just give Robert my this iPad that I'm using right now. That has I'm pretty sure this thing has 16 gigabytes of storage on it.
Wow,
I think that's how old this one is.
I think mine doesn't have mine hardly has any on it, but it's just like apps. Like I don't store anything on it really. I just use it as a TV pretty much. The TV.
That's life.
That's what iPads are for.
Well, I used to use it for that, but then I got a laptop.
So I don't like the laptop. I don't like having to type. I just like it's all on the screen.
Well, I like to lay down, and I don't want to have to hold up the iPad at the same time.
Dude, you don't have the case that does the like I can split mine up.
Even with that, then the case that it's at a slightly upward angle. I want the screen pointed slightly down at my eyes.
Oh no, you'll be good.
I am good. I've got a system.
I'm just saying. Yeah, it's just the keyboard. No.
Alex, if there's one thing in my life I can confidently say that I know how to do, it's masturbate.
All right. I'm not gonna take that away from you. Hey, no hard feelings, bud. No hard feelings. All right. That was our not cool segment. Let's move on to the final segment of the week. And don't forget, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, youtube.com. Search for Pass the Grade Podcast. Hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers, and then we'll give away a nice little treat. We will give away when we do that. If you want to tweet us at Pass the Grade Pod, let us know that you subscribed. Shout out Josh Tree for subscribing and unsubscribing, and then resubscribing and unsubscribing several times last week. Appreciate you, buddy.
Attaboy.
Yeah, that's what we need. Subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, but then make sure it's always on subscribe when you're done with that. And then share us with a friend. Give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Robert has a new podcast. He just I don't know why I feel like I'm wrapping up, but I'm doing this a little early. But we'll get the answer segment. We'll pop out. But yeah, Robert has a recent study suggests. He talked about being a sports fan, whether or not he got opening day tickets from Sam, and all kinds of awesome stuff on this week's pod. And her lack of liking sports really upset me a little bit, and I feel like she made you seem like you were the devil for liking sports at a time. It was, and Robert was routinely just like, I only like the Astros.
Mhm.
And she was like, "Oh," and when she was trying to think of the World Baseball Classic, like, oh, like and his country too. Okay, you're right, got him there.
You know
I
what
was
you
like, I
should
could
do?
tell, and so many times I was like, I couldn't tell you anybody that cares less about this sport than Robert Barbosa right now. And she was saying like he's a big sport head, but it was a funny conversation. Go check it out. It's a really cool, really quick listen. Recent Study suggests you can listen to it wherever you're listening to this podcast. Currently, they have new episodes every Monday at a Recent Study Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and go like their Facebook page.
You should. This would be like the funniest thing is if we had a TV crew follow us around for a week, and it was I moved into your place for a week and you moved out, and Sam had to see how much sports I watch, and then she'd be
Oh,
like,
this is too much.
"Oh my God, Robert! Every night he comes home and has 2 or 3 hockey games going at once. I miss you." Like, only
Come back.
watching baseball, and then there's a whole segment of the year where you're not watching sports. When hockey ends, I'm watching baseball, and then that feeds into football, which feeds back into hockey. There's always I have multiple cable
Cyclical.
boxes in my living room so I could watch sports.
Mhm.
Sam, so you need to just show her this clip and be like, Sam, you don't know how good you got it, baby
Yeah,
girl.
you don't get it.
Yeah, and I only watch
Um,
maybe like 10 Astros games a year.
Yeah, because you're just
Listen.
listening to it silently.
Like an old man in the 60s.
That's what it's gonna be. Like someday Robert's gonna be the old man who like he's
My
just in
program's on, sweetheart. Don't bother me.
he's just in his garage listening to a radio. Like and when I say listen to it, I mean like he's sitting in a corner of the garage and the radio is right next to him, not even on like that loud so that the sound doesn't even reach the door of the garage. And that's gonna be Robert's happy place. Just gets to sit there and listen to the Astros. He won't even be like working on his laptop. He's just gonna be sitting there silently listening to the game because that's his escape.
Exactly. That's my freedom. You can't take this away from me. You should just get really into like radio programs and be like, I've got it's 6 o'clock. I gotta go listen to this. That's all
You know
do
what?
all day.
You know what you would love, and I'm sure they're still out there for free. Just listen to old episodes of A Prairie Home Companion with Garrison Keillor. Fucking great show. That thing ran for like 40 years.
Yeah,
Lots of
listen to
voices and
that one.
characters. Anyone whose parents listened to that growing up knows what I'm talking about. Like you never wanted them to turn it on in the car because like you're driving back from somewhere late and you want to listen to music, but it comes on and you're like, this is folksy. I enjoy this. And then there was the prison radio show too for technology.
Prison radio show. All right, our answer set. Let's wrap things up with that. If you got any questions at all, any high thoughts, drunk ideas, something you saw that you'd like our opinion on, you want relationship advice, family advice, anything like that at all, you want power rankings, give us some things to power rank, hit us up. We're at Pass the Grade Pod. Hashtag PTG answers is what you got to use so we can search for those. You can also email them to us, answers@passthegradepod.com, or just go to the website, passthegradepod.com, and hit contact us, and Jesse will forward those over to us. But yeah, if you like, Twitter's the way to get your shit read. So hit us up at Pass the Grade Pod. Use the hashtag PTG answers so we can search from. This is the answers segment.
Well, if you just answer the question. Why don't you just answer the question? Be honest. No big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
All right, our first question this week comes from our podcast son, Skylar Lester.
It's Skyler!
At OMG, it's Skylar on Twitter. And Skylar says, are our nostrils finger shaped, or our fingers nostril shaped?
I don't know, but I'm happy they both are.
I think nostrils are finger shaped.
Yeah. I love picking my nose, dude. Come out and
Because
say
a nostril shaped would mean like our fingers have to have holes. You know? So like we have the perfect shape of a finger so we can stick the finger into the nostril.
the finger goes into the nose, therefore the nostril is finger shaped. That's what it is.
Almost perfectly too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody's got like a finger that just like their pointer finger just doesn't even fit in their nose?
Andre the Giant. People that are that big and their hands
Well,
are
like,
massive, I feel
what
like
is
they
it-
like their pinky can probably get up there, but their pointer is probably way too big.
What is that? Like they always taught us that in school is like from your wrist to your elbow is the length of your foot, and it's like on anybody. That's what it's supposed to be, or some shit like that. I don't know. I can't remember. It's
Oh
there's,
yeah, that is definitely
No, there was
not true.
some. There was
Or my
something where
foot
it's
would
like
be way
somewhere
bigger.
on your arm where it's like from some measurement down is the length of your foot, no matter what. And I was like, I wonder if that works with everybody's like noses were built so you could stick a finger up there and poke something, right? I think everybody can fit their finger in their nose, right?
Most
Pointer
people, but
finger.
not everybody. They're those really like dudes that are like 6'8", 400 pounds, like those dudes that just have are massive people and have those huge, gigantic hands. I bet they can't get their like they can probably get into it because your nose pushes up. Like
Yeah,
the skin is malleable, so
that's
like
gotta
they
be
can get in there with it,
miserable.
but like they can't get their finger inside their nose.
It's like sometimes like you can't blow your nose enough to get like if you get one hanger in there. You're like, I just gotta go manually do this,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
No.
I don't think I've blown my nose in like 5 years.
I blow my nose quite a bit, but like
I just pick my nose, dude, and then I wash
but
my
not
hands.
being able to pick your nose would be the worst.
Oh yeah, I'd be fucked.
Knowing you got one right there.
But those guys can probably still get their pinky up there. I'm just saying their pointer is too big.
Pointer, that's the one you got the most flexibility with, that's your go-to.
I think we could ask John. I wonder if John can fit all of his. He's a big guy. He's got big hands.
Former co-host
Joffrey,
John.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I probably should have put a
Yes,
name with that one.
Well, sometimes you do those high school people that people
But
don't
also,
know.
but then those are the people that like I feel like they do the thing where the pointer goes on top of the nose and then they pick from the bottom with their thumb. I think those are the thumb pickers whose fingers are too big to get up there.
That's the crazy one. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, nostrils are finger shaped, Skylar. That's a good question.
For sure.
All right, next one is from Alex O at Alex McThunder1 on Twitter. And Alex O says, what do you think the first tattoo was ever?
I'm gonna it was definitely some tribal shit. Probably
That's exactly what I wrote down. I wrote something tribal or like religious.
Like face paint or some shit like it, but like some of them like in warrior cultures, it wouldn't just be paint, it would actually be like in that shit. Yeah, some sort of tribal line. I don't think it was ornate. The first tattoo was probably just like a dash.
Oldest known human to have tattoos preserved upon his mummified skin is a Bronze Age man from around 3300 BC, found in a glacier of the Otzal Alps near the border between Austria and Italy. He had 57 tattoos. That's a lot of tattoos.
I am seeing that Otzi had 61 tattoos. Wait, what was the name on your one?
What?
What did you say the name was on yours?
The name of the guy?
Yeah, Otzi.
Otzal?
OTZI.
Oh, they called him Otzi, the Iceman. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing 61.
Oh, well.
So you must have some outdated information, sir.
Varying degrees. They used to just put plant sap in scars and wounds, and they would cause discoloration. That's kind of how they came up with tattoos.
The world's oldest figurative tattoos have been discovered on two 5,000-year-old mummies from Egypt, which would, I guess, be right around this same time anyway. Tattoos depicting a wild bull and a Barbary sheep were found on the upper arm of a male mummy. But that still can't be the first one. You don't just you don't go first tattoo and the guy's like, I'm gonna draw a bull.
Because that branding had to be bigger than that at first, because I feel like you would be in a tribe. We were all cavemen, and then we were like, yo, all right, now here are like I want to do this caveman shit. And the other guy's like, I want to do this caveman shit. All right, we're breaking off. So then they go and they got their little tribes, and eventually there's enough of them. We're like, we all wearing the same fucking shit. Like, how do we determine who's who? And so then they did the branding, and eventually like, we got to make this more hardcore. They put other shit in the brand or whatever it was, and then eventually they're like, we can tattoo this. So I would assume that would be like the tribal. That was my logic of thinking like it had to be something tribal. Or,
yeah, maybe like a ring, just like a line around the arm, or something like a line on the face. It's
It also
it's
seems
so,
like they
so-
might sacrifice somebody that they've tattooed. Like they would
It's
put like a
I-
tattoo on you for a sacrifice.
it was either a line or a dot. Let's be honest. The first tattoo, it was a line or a dot.
Just to see if you could do it.
Yeah. Just like, is this gonna go away?
I'm gonna say tribal though. That's gonna be my final answer.
Yeah, I mean, it's people lived in tribes back then, so it was
They
definitely
did.
tribal.
Good question,
sure.
Alex. So really made us think on that one. All right, Texas Cat Daddy AKA he's Texas Cat Daddy AKA Brandon Davis. He's at a stream of cream on Twitter, and he says power rank these superpowers. And he gives us 5. You can send us the power rankings. Make sure you give us 5 options. And he says our superpower options to power rank are flying, seeing through walls, reading minds, invisibility, and superhuman strength. Who wants to go first?
I want Robert to go first. I'm
Robert,
interested
you are
in
the
what
superhero
Robert's.
guy out of us.
Okay. I'm
You're
gonna go.
love your list or hate it.
I don't think it'll be any controversial. I'm gonna go with flying, superhuman strength, invisibility, seeing through walls, and then reading minds last.
All right, I'm gonna go because I feel like I contrast with you. I am going to go invisibility 1
Pervert.
because they can't see. Like that's the best. They can't see you. Like you can do anything.
You're a
Didn't
fucking
get it.
pervert. You're a pervert.
No, you can get past it. Like you can do anything and get away with it. Just like I'm invisible. Now they can't see me. They're looking for me. I'm gone. I can
You're
rob,
a criminal
do
and a
all
pervert.
kinds. Right, but I could also sneak up on the criminal because I'm invisible. So I go invisible first, reading minds second because you could use that for all kinds of like this is superpowers. It doesn't mean I have to be good. Just because I have a superpower doesn't mean I have to be good. And I could read minds, which means like I could just be like, okay, like go play blackjack. You can fucking tell what the guy's got, whether or not they're gonna hit or stay. You can like kind of fucking cheat and figure your way out through a lot of things. I think reading minds would be fucking awesome. You saw What Women Want, remember? Mel Gibson? He unlocked the whole key. He figured out the whole female race. You do all that. It'd be very easy. Number 3 is flying, because flying's awesome and just like it's sick to just be able to be like, beep, I'm fucking out. That's cool. Superhuman strength would be next, and then last is seeing through walls. Because if I'm invisible, I can just walk around.
Pervert. All right. Number 1 is obviously flying. It's flying because the only thing better than flying is teleportation. That's not on this list. Flying's number 1. 2, superhuman strength. I being super strong.
How often would that apply to you? Like I feel like
I had to park at the top.
Application of superhuman strength would not apply to me enough to where I'd be like, you're right. This is beneficial.
You would be shocked how often it comes up, dude. Just even working in a restaurant all the time. Like, fuck, something fell underneath this. All right, well, let me just pick up this entire fucking desk. Like it's nothing. Dude, cleaning. Oh, you gotta sweep under the tables. All right, let me lift the whole fucking table with one pinky. No problem. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Done. That'd be awesome. Also, I had to park on the top of the parking garage. All right, well, instead of walking up or waiting for the elevator, I'm just gonna jump all the way up there. Because I'm so strong, I can jump that high.
The count jumping.
Dude, it's super strength. That means your legs are super strong too, meaning you'd be able to jump really high. It's just science. Number 3. I'm going to go reading minds because, yeah, that would be super helpful, but also start to get in pervert territory. You're just going to read women's minds
for pervert stuff,
but you will. Come on, you totally would.
But
I'm trying to bang
it
this
hurts
girl.
you, I think.
What's going to help me bang this girl? Let me read her mind. That's invasive. That's pervert territory. 4 is going to be invisibility. Yeah, it's just you're sneaking around all invisible, spying on. You're a pervert. You're a fucking pervert.
Disagree.
You're a pervert. And once everyone knows you can use invisibility, then you're out of the back because everyone's going to be like, this guy's a fucking pervert. I got to find out ways to keep invisible people out of my house. Number 4. The last one is seeing through walls. 1, just because it's the other are just objectively better powers anyway. But also, if your only superpower is reading through walls, you're a superpowered pervert because all you can use that for is spying on people. You're gonna try and look at naked ladies through the walls. You're a fucking pervert. That's full blown pervert. Like anybody that takes seeing through walls, number 1, don't let them near your family. Fucking pervert. That
All right.
is, without a doubt, just objectively the correct order.
No, it's not. But
Because you get more of a pervert as you go down the list. Like superpowers, not perverted, but
invisibility
if you're
isn't
super strong,
a
you get,
pervert
like-
power.
so invisibility is such a pervert power.
No, just because you're invisible doesn't mean you're a pervert.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of times superpowers manifest as you're going through puberty. So all of a sudden, I'm that age and I can go invisible. You better fucking believe I would have been in the girls' restroom.
Well,
It just would have happened. Yes, you would have. Because at that age, you can, dude, if you have the power to turn invisible and you're going through puberty with those hormones raging through your body, you would not be able to stop yourself from seeing somebody naked. You would just.
I'm not gonna fight. Like, look, no hard feelings here, dude. I'm just not gonna fight over invisibility with you for the next hour.
You're right. You can't fight because I'm correct.
Well, no hard feelings. I don't.
You're going to turn into a pervert. And probably a bank robber.
I don't
and
probably think so.
Probably some
bank
sort of
robber, absolutely thief. Yes.
Oh, so you'll rob banks, but you won't stare at women naked? What kind of weird fucking morals do you have?
Because it's like more like a sex crime. So like stealing from the Fed, like the government that steals from me, like I'm cool with that.
You're going to do it. At the very least, you're just going to
sex
sneak
predator
into strip clubs.
Kind of draw a line there.
You would think that.
Yeah, you can sneak into strip clubs. That's not weird.
That's all. That's pervert move because you're watching naked ladies and not paying them for it.
No, you can make it invisible rain. You could be like, all out of nowhere. They're just like, where the fuck did that money come from? He's like, and then I'm just out.
Well, here's the thing: if you're turning invisible, more than likely you have to be naked, or else your clothes are going to show up.
No,
which is also just
clothes.
Which is also perverted.
See,
that's it. Oh, so you subscribe more to the Sue Storm theory of invisibility, where you're not actually turning invisible, you're just kind of bending the light waves around you.
No, it's completely invisible.
No, but you can turn invisible, your clothes can't.
No, it's my superpower, not yours. Again, no hard feelings. Let's move on to the next question.
Pervert is gatekeeping fucking invisibility over here.
Let's move on to the next question. Luke Soren writes, I haven't heard from him in a minute. Luke says, I think this is a play on something Pat said a couple weeks ago, but he said, dead butterflies, nature's paper airplane.
What the fuck did I say?
I think you said bananas are nature's pocket pussy. And so
they are.
He's trying to be like, nature's paper airplane.
Hold on. I want to be clear though, guys. I've never fucked a banana peel. Shockingly, like, here's the weird thing too. Bananas, my favorite fruit growing up, one of my favorite foods. You'd think at one point during puberty, I would have been eating a banana and been like, hold up, I'm gonna fuck this thing. But I never did.
Sure.
Maybe I'll have to do it for science. Like one day I'll just come here on the podcast.
Yeah,
and guys,
science,
I fucked a banana and it is not at all what you thought it would be. It was so much better.
Definitely for science, dude.
But here's the thing that you gotta watch. Yeah, you're just gonna have a banana dick.
So is a butterfly nature's paper airplane? I want to say yes initially, but a paper airplane has to be like something that's thrown.
Folded.
And to me, folded or thrown. But to me, there's another one that's like something that is already in nature that just gets thrown and sometimes folded. It's leaves. Leaves are the real paper airplanes. They just they fall off a tree and you watch them go. Like they're kind of just flying. They're like there could be shitty paper airplanes.
Yeah, I would say if anything, it would be leaves because of just the floating ability, not butterflies. I am neither folding nor throwing a dead butterfly, and it would have no glideability.
No glideability. That's a word.
Yeah. Dead butterflies are just sad, is what they are.
Yeah, and they die so easy and so fast. Bro, a butterfly like lives like 2 weeks or some shit like that.
I was about to say, how would you know
like
how
from the
easily
time
a butterfly dies, you fucking sicko?
Well, because I know that. Did you ever go to the field trip where we had to go to Moody Gardens and you'd go to the butterfly thing and they're like, don't touch the butterfly's wings because the oil on your skin will kill them. It's like,
I do remember that now that you said that.
Yeah. And you're like, what? Like, just, oh, look at this pretty, oh, it's dead. Oh my God, what have I done? Like, that shit fucking so easy to kill them. And it's like, they're just too pretty. What's going on, butterflies? They're little caterpillar little things. And they got to fucking sleep for a long time. And then they're like, here, have 2 weeks being a fucking fly thing. Hope nobody touches you. Good luck. See you later.
Same thing you say when sending kids off to school. Hope nobody touches you.
All right. No, so butterflies are not nature's paper airplane. I would say leaves are paper airplanes for nature's paper airplane. Robert, do you agree?
Yep.
All right. Last question, I think we got. Yeah, one more. This is from Nicholas in Iowa, who also, I finally went to some of the emails that we haven't read in a while, but Nicholas in Iowa, this one's been sitting there for like 2 months. I tell you guys, I don't check this very often. This has been around for a little while. Nicholas in Iowa says, if you had to lick a bird, and he emphasizes had, if you had to lick a bird, would you lick it on the beak, on the head, or on the back?
Head. Easy.
You go ahead. To me, it's like kissing a dog, but it's with your tongue, and it's a bird, not a dog. The beak is where it's got all like the probably germs, right?
Well, if I lick its beak, it's probably going to bite my tongue.
That too. I was assuming
And
it's a friendly bird.
It's a small, birds are small, and if you lick its back, you're basically licking its ass. Like not the butthole, but you're licking the top part of the butt. So like just kiss on the top of the head or lick it.
Well, I was thinking it's back where it's like where the wings close. It's
Yeah,
like there's
but
just
like-
probably all kind of bacteria on that.
But birds
But like
are
the
this
head,
big.
it's just like it's like kissing a baby on the head, you know?
Oh, you're licking it. You got just
Right. But like that's just what you got to think of it as. Like to get over it is like it's just like kissing a puppy on the head, but it's my tongue and it's a bird. So like,
I
think
love
I'd
this
go-
question because it's the
I
weirdest
would
fucking
lick
thing
it.
I've ever heard.
Yeah, no, that's why I was like, how did I? This is why I say tweet them, hashtag PTG answers at Pass Gray Pod, because that's what we get all of our shit from. I'm like, you can email them to us. Gonna get to it maybe once every 2-3 months. But sometimes we let some of these jewels just sit here.
Hold on. Maybe he knew that this would be our answer and he just wanted to get sound bites of us saying that we would lick the head. You sick bastard, Nicholas. Robert, would you lick the head?
Yeah.
Yeah. At least still go ahead on
Unanimous.
that one.
Just 3 head lickers.
That was a really good question, though. That was maybe my favorite one, kind of. Just like I liked all of the questions this week, but that one just a little outside the box. You had
Box.
to lick a bird. The box. All right. Well, thought that one was
You're gonna go outside the box. You got to lick the head.
At Pass the Gray Pod. Give us a follow on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Follow us on fucking TikTok. And then
Before it's
also go like our Facebook page. And right, yeah, cool of me to get a TikTok just before it gets banned. But yeah, go and like our Facebook page. Just like spam like all of the posts that we have. Like we don't, our reach apparently has gone down because we got flagged. It's still being that way. It's still being a bitch. I hate it. And if you guys could just go like spam like all the memes we post, if you share the video or the episode post, shout out to Mikey and Brandon for doing that. I know you guys do that. Appreciate that from you guys. But yeah, please go give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever else you're listening to this. Go subscribe to that YouTube channel, comment, ja. If you've made it this far, we'll know who you are. And just remember, hey guys, no hard feelings. No hard feelings is the new like fuck you, but in a respectable way. So just you can get away with anything as long as you say no hard feelings and then whatever else you're saying. But have a great rest of your week. Let's go Roughnecks. Let's get that dub. And until I talk
Boots
to
on
you
the
guys
ground.
next time. Pass the gravy. Yeah, bitches.
She had them apple bottom jeans and the boots with the fur. The club was looking right at her and she hit the floor. Next thing you know, shawty got low.